Bro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be back on your airwaves. You're listening to No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio. I think it's episode 11.
Yes, sir.
Holy moly. And it's probably the biggest episode we've ever had to put on because I don't know if you guys know this, but Sunday was WrestleMania.
No.
Oh, was it?
A lot of stuff happened in the world of professional wrestling.
I kind of missed that.
Yeah. Dante Vacatore was here. That's me. Stephen Clark's here. That's him. Jesse Norman's here. That's him. And Samori Rose, the man 2 minutes away from being 2 minutes away.
Oh, we got an upgrade.
Yeah, he used to be 5 minutes away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you know Bruno Caboclo, the one who started the 2 years away from being 2 years away, he's back in the NBA.
Oh,
he's
good
in
for
the
him.
G League.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's 25 now. I'm pretty sure.
That's how it goes. We got no fun and games today. It's not going to be a fun episode by any means because we have to talk Mania, and that's going to take a while. And then after Mania, we got to talk Takeover. That's going to take a while. And then after that, we got to talk Raw, SmackDown, 205, NXT, and all that good stuff.
Whoa.
Lots of discussion today. Not much time for fun. But that's okay. I got to present my honors thesis in like 6 hours, 5 hours. I don't know how time works anymore.
6.
Okay.
Math.
Yeah, so that's where my head's kind of at. But
Samori just joined my stream.
hi, Samori.
Yo, come here.
So, first of all, how are you guys on this chilly Thursday morning?
Cold.
Yeah.
But I
Besides-
have my voice back.
That's good.
Which is good because I was at WrestleMania. So my voice is back. I'm feeling good. I'm happy. WrestleMania was good.
Yeah.
Jesse, how are you?
I'm just amazed that every day, no matter how nice it is the day before, when we wake up, it is cold
Yep.
or raining or something is going on.
Yep. It's going to be May 2nd, the day of our last episode for the semester. It's going to be 45 degrees probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
I wouldn't doubt
Would
it.
not
either.
doubt that whatsoever.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks here.
Oh, by the way, Samori said he's good too.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Well, it's good we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 35, MetLife Stadium on Sunday. 6 years to the day, actually, from WrestleMania 29 in MetLife Stadium, which is pretty cool. One-word answers, how was Mania?
Well, I can't. One word.
Long. But beautiful.
Okay.
No, that's 3 words.
Beautiful then. I'll stick with beautiful.
Great.
Fantastic. I was the one last week saying that Mania had the potential to be the best Mania of all time. And I am in the boat that agrees with my statement from last week. I think that was the best WrestleMania of all time.
In my opinion, it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
It's probably top. I would have to go back and watch a lot of them again and everything because I'm not Meltzer. But it's probably a rough estimate, top 5 to top 3.
Yeah.
It's around that
I think
area.
top 5 is safe enough.
It's a
bet.
safe,
Easily
definitely.
top
The
5.
John Cena Thugonomics gets it into top 5 for me. Just that one moment gets it into top 5.
We're definitely going to get into that. Should we just go match by match?
Oh, yes,
There's a
we
lot
should.
of stuff. Once Samori comes in, spoiler alert, everyone, Samori had a little bit of a dirty diaper about the show. And he's probably going to argue a point about how WrestleMania wasn't that good. And he's going to be outnumbered 3-1 on this one.
Good.
I just want to say to all the arguments of people who are like, WrestleMania's long. It's too long. Shut up. Like, the minute somebody says, like, it's not a good show because it's too long, your opinion is, like, just so invalid
Invalidated.
to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's so long. You can sit there and watch football all day long from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, change to a 4:30 game to 7 o'clock, and then do a 8 to 11 game.
The argument that I brought up, too, is it happens once a year. WrestleMania's a once-a-year thing. Only one time a year do you have a 7-hour show. And, again, to your point, people watch football all day. People tailgate the Super Bowl and do, like, a 10-hour.
WrestleMania, too.
Yeah.
Look at the coverage for Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, people start covering the Super Bowl at 12 p.m.,
Yeah.
you know. It's an all-day-long
and
thing.
On the Super Bowl, you don't get John Cena talking about pubic hair.
Exactly.
So, WrestleMania is what it is.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I agree. Like, people shouldn't complain that it was long. I'll give it that, but I'm not complaining that it's long. I'm just saying that it is.
And I don't know for you because you were in the stadium,
Yes.
but watching on television, it flew by. For a 7-hour show, they produced it very well.
I would say after Kofi Bryan, it started to like drag a little until Elias, I'd say. Then it started to pick up again. Like those 3 matches like in between, I was like, get me out. but then it picked up again. I think it was just, we're tired too.
Right.
And I feel bad for the commentators as well. They were going at it. We heard Michael Cole.
Poor Michael Cole,
lose his voice.
Yeah.
But it's tiring, but that's what you sign up for.
Right.
So, yeah.
Did you get stuck in the whole NJ Transit debacle?
No, my friend drove, so
Exactly.
I was fine.
Exactly.
When I went to Mania 29, my father and I got home in 20 minutes after the show ended because we just drove.
Well, a big problem was people coming from New York.
I have a friend who stayed in a hotel in Brooklyn, and he was home. He was in his hotel 40 minutes after the show because he took the bus to Port Authority, then took the subway to Brooklyn.
We didn't even park at MetLife Stadium because we had a tailgate, and it was at where the Izod Center was.
Right.
So we were right there. We zipped right out of there, and we're gone.
Exactly.
So,
Again, like,
pay the $40, park. Drive there.
There's nothing you could do about it now. Obviously, everyone's where they're supposed to be. There's no one still standing out of MetLife waiting for an Uber to show up. But NJ Transit blaming WWE. They knew how long this show was.
Yeah. They said it was supposed to go till 10:30. I don't remember the last Mania that went till 10:30.
The last Mania that was here ended at 11:30.
There you go. They said they were told by WWE that it would end at 10:30. No.
Even if it's so stupid. They knew how long the show was. People are stupid because they didn't think. Again, too, I had this discussion with people. Did NJ Transit really expect 70,000 people to all get on one train after the show or one bus after the show?
Also, I'll give WWE this fault here. I think they spread everything out a little too much.
Yeah.
But that's because they wanted to do New York/New Jersey.
Exactly.
Because you can't say it's in New Jersey, guys. Even the whole time, like during the show, you seen like
New York City.
New York City.
Oh,
And
my God.
every time they did that, I looked at my girlfriend. We were watching together, and I was just like, "That's not where we are."
Yeah, I booed.
I was like,
booing.
but that's actually not where it's happening.
Yeah.
So
In the shadows of New York City.
yeah, they keep saying like the shadows of New York City. So WWE did spread stuff out a little too much. So if you were flying in, you had to get to Barclays. You had to where was the Hall of Fame?
Well,
Everything was Barclays until MetLife.
Right.
And then the access was
It was in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
It was at a cruise terminal.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they like spread stuff out a little too much, but NJ Transit should take the brunt of this. Like,
Yeah.
how are you going to have one train?
Right.
The trains are packed all the time
Exactly.
as is. Why would you not expect a bigger thing for WrestleMania?
And, not necessarily to blame the fans who got stuck in it, but do your homework. If you figure that everyone's going to try to take this one train after the show,
Don't take it.
yeah, figure out how to get, like my buddy who took the bus to Port Authority. Port Authority runs 24 hours. The buses to Port Authority run 24 hours. And then subways run on schedule to get to Brooklyn. So it is what it is. It didn't detract from my enjoyment of the show, obviously, because I was sitting in the comfort of my own home. Let's start. There he is, the man of the hour. How you doing, Samori?
Wait, he already answered that.
He
Remember in
did.
the live
That's right.
Yeah, he
That's a
did.
good point.
He answered in the live stream.
So let's start with the first match here. Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Tony Nese beats Buddy Murphy, becomes the new Cruiserweight Champion of the world.
Cool.
Good.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Good match.
Yeah.
I told you guys I graded everything. I think I gave it a B. I gotta look at it. I think it was a B. It's a good match.
Yeah.
it was especially for a pre-show.
Yeah.
It was a good pre-show.
Yeah, they got the right amount of time.
Yeah.
The rematch on 205.
The
too.
rematch was really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. I was watching it last night with my buddies, and we were just sitting there, and they were doing all these crazy things, and we're like, guys, we have 15 minutes left in the show. What else can they do? And they just kept doing stuff. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, they did good.
Yeah.
Good way to start.
Yeah. Tony Nese as Cruiserweight Champion is going to be fun, I think. A lot of cool matchups they could do, especially with people probably getting brought up to 205.
And people leaving.
Yeah.
I think that rematch on 205
Was
just
Murphy's send-off.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
If you look at the NXT spoilers,
You don't even have to look at it because they teased it on NXT TV.
Yeah.
Next week is Murphy Dream
Yeah.
for the North American Championship. So
yeah, and that's gonna be fire.
that's going to be crazy.
Well, do you think he's going to stay in NXT a bit and then get called up? Or just get called up eventually?
Maybe
I'm fine with him staying in NXT
Me
for a
too.
while.
Me too.
Just like Pete Dunne, like we said with Pete Dunne. If Pete Dunne could just go to NXT and let him be, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, there's still so much for Buddy Murphy to do in NXT.
Because his first run in NXT was underwhelming
It was
a bit.
Blake.
He wasn't this Buddy Murphy.
No, he
Like,
Not
wasn't.
at all. Skill level, he wasn't this Buddy Murphy.
Back then, like if you saw Buddy Murphy Velveteen Dream, you're like, oh, Velveteen's gonna squash this guy in like 3 minutes. Now it's like, oh, sign me up. I want to see that match.
They went like 18 according to the spoilers. So that's that.
It's a good amount of time.
Interesting.
Carmella wins the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal.
It did its job.
Yeah, it was good.
It did its
It was
job.
fine.
Whatever.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was cool to see
Not as many surprises.
NXT. Yeah, Candice LeRae and Kyrie Sane were and a returning Ember Moon.
That was cool.
Which kind-
Yeah,
yeah.
I
She-
really would have liked her to get a bigger.
Yeah.
I agree
with that.
That was my one problem with the Women's Battle Royal. I also thought like
They should have at least accentuated the fact that she's coming back because she was like 4 months ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
the people were saying August. She was on
Yeah.
that Super Cena stuff.
Yeah.
Like they were like,
right.
oh yeah, she like dislocated her elbow. She's out till August.
And she wasn't
like,
doing like safe stuff either. She did a
Yeah.
couple of eclipses. She was bouncing around for
Nasty
people.
one
Like,
on Mandy, too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would have loved, and this is just me like going back and booking it or whatever, just have like this great thing of like Asuka taking out half the ring, like Ember Moon taking out half the ring, and then like build up a feud for them so that Ember comes back, Asuka has something to do after Mania, and then you get that feud of Ember Moon and Asuka again that you had in NXT.
It was okay.
I would have thought that would have been a better thing.
Yeah,
It's
it was okay.
on the
fine.
It did its
pre-show.
job.
It's whatever. It got a
Yeah.
C minus. It's just there. It's there. Carmella won. I thought Sarah Logan would have got it. That would have been a nice surprise. but then we saw Carmelo. I'm
if
like,
you
all right,
say
whatever. I'm like, all right,
nice.
whatever.
I don't know about nice surprise. What about a surprise?
Yeah.
No, not by saying nice. I'm not saying that's good.
Oh,
Just
okay,
nice,
okay.
something to surprise us.
The one critique that I might have for at least the finish is that's very similar to what happened last year, where someone
Yeah.
thought that they won,
Yeah.
and then the actual winner was
It's
just on
very,
the outside.
It's very lazy and repetitive.
I agree,
Yeah, I
agree.
get that. Definitely. Speaking of lazy and repetitive, Stephen Clark.
No, lazy, no.
You're a happy man today.
I gave it a C+ just because of the moment. And if you
Don't put it in quotes. It's a moment.
we're in radio right now, so you can't see I'm putting air quotes over this.
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder beat the Revival new Raw Tag
Two
Team.
straight
Good
days
match.
too.
Yeah.
Good match.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was really.
I thought it was a good
not
little
just saying
match.
because I liked them, but
Right.
they told the story.
Yeah.
It was just like a 1980s feel of a tag team match. And
That's what the Revival do,
yeah,
though.
and that's fine. And you're not gonna get much out of Hawkins and Ryder.
Made the
so.
Revival look stupid, but I'm okay with it.
All right. Did your eyes hurt looking at Kurt Hawkins' gear?
A little bit.
Because
It was not. It's like
wasn't-
it's a classic jet.
it
Green
wasn't the
was
right shade of green, though.
It was like 1980s, 1990s jet green.
It was Ghostbusters slime green.
Oh god.
It hurt. It physically hurt.
Ryder's gear was cool though.
Yeah, it was based off of Christian's
Christian from-
WrestleMania 20 gear. Yeah.
And on one knee pad, it had the broski thing. The other one had the rated R thing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Good for Hawkins and Ryder.
Yeah.
What I would have appreciated more if they did like at least a week of TV build leading up to it.
They did
I
6
agree.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
They did.
They did 6 weeks ago. They did some sort of storyline.
It wasn't fresh in my mind.
No, it was not. I didn't remember. I was watching some review and they were like, "Yeah, they followed up on the Ryder Hawkins thing from 6 weeks ago," and I was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that did happen like 6 weeks ago."
They're not gonna hold it long. Whatever.
Nah, it's whoever
fine.
comes over to Raw in the
It's
shake
fine.
up.
It's fine. They have to
Hopefully
Probably
they just-
Usos.
Yeah,
because they just lost.
yeah, please.
And then
Yeah.
the Usos and Revival swap.
Yeah.
No,
Easily.
what they should do is like the Usos helped the SmackDown Tag Team Championship so much. Give them the Raw.
Yeah.
And just strap a rocket to them on Raw again.
Yeah, because
and
the
make
Raw
people
tag titles
care.
need like a revival.
they
Pun
need-
intended.
They need an Uso is what they need.
The Raw tag titles need Jesus.
Yeah. The one parting shot I'll have with it was very nice. Post match, Kurt Hawkins kept tapping his
The
tattoo on
Mackenzie
his wrist with the name of his daughter. I thought
Yeah.
that was cute.
Yeah.
Big Brawny the Strowman, last eliminating Colin Jost, wins the arm bar. I loved this match.
It was good. Like,
It
the
was
woman's-
fine.
It did the
It's
job.
just- again, like I said,
We knew it was gonna
last
be
week.
down. Yeah.
I just want something else on the line. Like I don't think the trophy is, or at least they haven't made the trophy feel like that big of a deal. They carry it around for like 3 weeks and then they stop. Yeah, I mean, Braun fell a lot this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Braun
A lot.
fell
Yeah.
real
lot.
hard this year.
He looked lean as hell though.
Yeah.
with his shirt off and everything. I
But
mean,
yeah, Braun looked good.
Yeah.
And like the match was fine. It's
Yeah.
just it's hard to like really get behind it when I know like WWE I feel like isn't even really that behind it. So
Colin Jost, star of this match.
Odell jersey.
So
The
good.
brawn.
That was smart. That was smart
Yeah.
to bring out the Odell
the
jersey.
brawn on his pants with like the cross through
Yeah.
it.
Brought out his therapist. Thought that was
Some
great.
indie guy probably from.
Yeah,
who knows where.
imagine getting the call like, "Hey, we need you to work an extra." Yeah, sure. When WrestleMania. It's like, okay, whatever.
do I get the royalties?
You on the pre-show? You definitely don't.
No,
no.
ooh.
Yeah, I thought it was the best Andre. I think at least just for the Colin Jost moment.
I'd argue 30 is better.
30
Yeah,
is the second best.
30 is whatever. All right, we're gonna disagree a lot today. And you said you wasn't pulling no punches, so I made sure I wore my Goku shirt. So
I don't know what any of those words mean.
you don't know who
so.
Goku is?
I know who Goku is. I don't know what he stands for.
I'm ashamed, but
I watch the Pokemon anime. That's the only anime that I watch.
Me too.
shame on you
Me
too.
too.
Yeah. Before we get into the main show, let's talk about the set design and everything. I really liked it.
It's simple. It's really simple.
That's the more I used my word. It was pretty simple.
When
So-
I first saw it, I hated it. But when I actually saw it and like how big it was,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's sick.
My thing with it is it was very minimalistic, which meant they could change a lot of it.
Yeah.
So the actual LED board, they could change as much as they want, and they had the LED lights going down the ramp. Plus, they use the augmented reality graphics, which add something
Yeah.
that Pyro doesn't necessarily need to add. And on top of that, I had more words. The half stage thing where people came up like halfway through. I thought that was cool.
That was genius.
You could differentiate like bigger things from smaller. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I like the stage.
The stage was all right. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing like bombastic as last year or the year, especially the year before that.
The year before they went all out.
Yeah.
I think next year they'll go crazy.
Because they have the giant pirate ship.
And then the year after that, I'm pretty sure they're going to be in the new Los Angeles stadium, and they'll
probably go crazy in that too. Yeah.
I want to go to that one so
that
bad.
that will be brand new by the time it comes out because it's opening next year.
Yeah.
So
if Kairi Sane does not win the women's championship next year, I'm fine.
I guarantee that won't happen.
All right, main show. After the whole Alexa Bliss Hulk Hogan thing,
That gets
doesn't
an
matter.
F.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Screw Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Paul Heyman just shows up and it's like, you know what? Let's do the Universal title match now.
If my guy isn't going on last, he's going on first.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This was WWE putting their meat on the table and saying, take it or leave it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Seth wins in 2.5 minutes. I thought this was as well of a structured match as you could get out of Brock.
Now listen close.
Okay.
The match itself, I gave it a C. That's just the match. It was not really a match, but the segment gets an A.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that.
Because just Paul Heyman speed walks down the ramp. He's like, my guy's going on first if he's not going on last. Seth gets attacked by Brock.
Yeah.
It's smart. 3 curb stomps, you're out.
Yeah.
And it gets Brock Lesnar off my screen finally.
For a bit.
No, hopefully forever.
I was sitting there as Paul Heyman walks out, and he's like, if my guy's not going on last, going on first. And I like look over, and I'm just like, they're not doing this match first.
Yeah.
There's no way they're doing this match first. And then
it was surreal to see Brock come out.
And then they did it, and I was like, I was sitting there, and I'm like, oh my God, okay, all right, they're doing it first. And then Seth wins, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing because now I don't have to worry about this for the rest of the show.
Right.
Because the whole time, if they do this in the main event or the sub-main event, I'm like, oh God.
If
the
they
more,
would've-
the more it waits,
Brock's
the longer it waits, I'm like, Brock's going to win.
I feel
isn't
like
he?
if Brock was to win, they would have did it later in the show.
Later in the show,
So like,
yeah.
for instance, Kofi would have opened instead
Yes.
of
Yeah,
instead
something
of
like
Brock,
that.
instead
Or
of Brock.
AJ and Orton.
Or AJ and
Or
Orton,
at least
probably.
the moment of Kofi would have happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they would have gave us a crap show and Brock would have won.
It did relieve a lot of pressure, though.
Yeah.
Once I'm like, oh, they're having a match. Seth's winning. I'm like, yes.
I had a lot of people afraid that Seth winning meant that either Becky or Kofi weren't. And
Yeah,
I
A
was like,
lot of people thought that
I
just
thought that
because
too.
they were just like,
a lot
nah.
of faces won,
yeah.
and that's one of my
Like the McMahon said.
many criticisms.
Well, like the McMahon said a couple months ago.
Oh,
Whoa. The McMahon said a couple of months ago, we're giving the fans what they want. They
Right.
gave us what we want.
Yeah. And we'll get
So-
to that when we talk about Raw because I have a lot of bad words to say about fans on Monday. We're concerning Monday's show. But Seth and Brock was good. I'm excited to see what Seth does with the new Velcro strap on the
That's
Universal
so
Championship.
dumb. That's dumb.
I don't like the look of it, but I understand that if you're going from a bigger guy like Brock to a smaller guy like Seth, you want it to fit. And it's going to look silly if you try to like button strap
you're gonna
everything.
you're gonna have to do the Jeff Hardy where you turn it around,
Yeah.
button it up, and then
And then
turn
spin
it
it
back
around, yeah.
around.
I do it when I put my titles on.
Yeah, but you're not in the middle of the ring with 70,000 fans looking at you.
Yes, that is the truth.
Second match. Alan Jones Styles beats Randy Orton.
Randall.
It's really good.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was distracted by the crowd standing at the lights. So I hated this match when I was there. Rewatch it on the network.
It was great.
It was good.
B plus. Good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Really good match.
Really good match, yeah.
They did.
Distracted, stupid.
Yeah. And I understand. I was complaining too that the fans were being pains in the asses about it. But looking at the pictures,
That Orton posted.
of like their
It's
views,
it's understandable.
Yeah.
totally understandable.
Because they couldn't see anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sucks because it detracted from what was actually a really good match. Like they called back to that like fake out 450 RKO spot.
That was from what, February of 2017. Yeah.
They called back to that and it got no reaction because they were just cheering for the channel.
And they also called back to Elimination Chamber, the end of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the RKO.
Yeah.
But the only
on
thing,
rope.
AJ's hurt.
Yeah.
And you can tell after the match that he's hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it hindered the match because I'm not sure when he got hurt.
Right.
But for what it was, the match was still good. And it's two really different styles mixing, and
Styles.
And Orton cared.
and
Yeah.
you could tell
Yeah.
he cared because the match was good.
Yeah. I really like this.
Yeah, that was a good match. You guys aren't getting to where you're gonna get mad at me yet, so we're all right right now.
we're a ways away.
We're good for now.
SmackDown tag title 4-way. The Usos retained over Black and Ricochet, Rusev and Knock, and The Bar. This was a bop.
This was a
B. That's really good.
This is a bop.
Good.
thought it was a really good tag team. Really good match and a really good
I
tag
hate
team.
casual fans because they still don't know who Alistair and Ricochet are. Some of them.
That's fine. It's WrestleMania. You're gonna get casuals.
Presentation wise, though, Alistair and Ricochet look like stars.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Ricochet like coming out and you just see his name all the way across that jumbotron.
That's awesome.
And he's just there.
From what I heard from the TV, everybody screamed one and only.
Yeah.
Well,
I did. I don't know.
I know.
I heard a lot. Yeah.
I heard a lot
Good.
of one
I'm
and
glad.
only.
I'm
Yeah.
glad. He deserves it. They both deserve it
Ricochet's the main event WrestleMania in like 2 years.
easily.
He out of the 4 that they wanted to bring up, Ricochet had the highest ceiling.
It's like Vince likes him the most too. I don't know why. I have to have a gut feeling.
He's so marketable.
Yeah.
For all ages. Everyone's gonna love him.
like the next.
I think
Mysterio.
I think the one that's gonna get like not like screwed up or a little screwed over, but like the guy that a lot more like hardcore fans are gonna like is Aleister Black, and I think he might end up in that like mid card role. And I think a lot of people, as Dante says, are gonna have dirty diapers about it.
He'll be like Finn Balor. I'll give him.
Oh,
some,
no,
I think
I
I
want
think
him
he'll
to
be
be
above.
No.
I want him above
I'm
Finn.
not.
I
I'm not
think he'll be
saying like
fine.
him, but just like
But
the way
like
they
in
book
that
him.
role, yeah,
Just the way
absolutely.
they
That's what I'm
book him.
saying.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. WWE's gonna book
I think
him.
Alistair will be fine because he has a unique character, and they probably
big.
want to write for him
Aleister's
because there's so many ways you could take his character.
as long as they keep the character and
Oh,
they
they'll
don't just
definitely
like
keep the
and they
character,
don't
yeah.
just like kind of throw it away and do
No,
whatever
he'll be
with it.
fine.
Get rid of the creaking sounds when he sits up too. Get rid of that,
He
please.
worked superstars like a month into his WWE run. Like I think he'd be all right on the main roster.
He looks like a main roster guy too. Like I think people forget how big Aleister Black is until he's in the ring with somebody who's big.
Yeah.
Like if you look at him when if he were to stand next to Drew McIntyre, he is not much.
Yeah, he stacks up.
Yeah, he's not that much smaller than Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre is probably one of the biggest guys in the WWE. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the best spot was how Cesaro swung Ricochet for like 2
my
minutes.
God.
I was like,
I was like, he's got to fall over at the end of this. There's no way he can possibly not be so dizzy that he's gonna fall over.
That was
and
nuts.
Sheamus was just
Was
beat.
just-
Yeah, that was good. That match was good.
Yeah, it was. And what was Nakamura wearing though? I want to touch on that a little bit. His big-
It doesn't matter.
I thought,
You're right, you're
I
so
thought he
right.
would like open up his jacket and have candy in it or something, but
he doesn't care,
I'm gonna be honest.
which means we don't care.
Looking back now, I actually just forgot Rusev and Nakamura were in this match.
I
actually-
don't like Rusev as a person.
You just said Nakamura was wearing, and I was like, wait, what was Nakamura wearing?
He wore like a trench coat that was down to his ankles.
Yeah, bright red too.
Yeah.
So like, you know how I have 7 people on the roster I don't stan. It's Forgotten Sons, Luchas, and Braun. Braun's back on my stan list, and I put Lana on my not stan.
Yeah, I don't like
So does
Lana.
that add Rusev and Lana, or is it getting there?
Rusev I don't stan, but I appreciate him existing.
Okay, that's
He's
fine.
a funny guy.
Yeah, that's what people say.
I like Rusev.
Last match before we take a little bit of a song break. Falls Count Anywhere. Shane beat Miz. Bop and a half.
This is the way to do it.
It was so good.
We're gonna get to it later, but this is the way to do it. This was good.
I know where you're going with that now.
This is the way
Yeah.
to do it. It was action from the beginning. They went in a crowd 2 minutes into the match.
Yeah.
Shane adjusted his father's. That was hilarious.
Oh,
That was-
so good.
George Mizanin was the face of
When
this
I saw him
match.
get in the ring and I saw him put his fist up like that, I'm like, this is.
So many memes came out.
I was
of
like,
that.
this is actually good.
Yeah.
Then the way it ended, it's just
It was
perfect.
perfect way it
the
ended.
heel won. Just
Shane won because Miz went too far. Miz beat
Exactly.
himself.
Yeah.
And that you saw
And
it
it's
with the
a callback-
Gargano and Ciampa
and,
feud.
exactly.
and it's a callback to what Shane used to do.
Right.
All the way back then, like so when he fought Kane at Unforgiven 03.
And he jumped off the
jumped
stage,
off the
yeah.
thing, and he could have just let Kane be. He had
Yeah.
him down, and nope. So Miz did what Shane always does.
Right.
And that bumped out.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends was like, "Oh, collegiate wrestling's harder than professional wrestling," and I showed him what Ricochet did at Takeover when he did like the moonsault into the corkscrew. And I showed him that, and I'm like, "Yeah, tell me it's easier." He's like, "I don't know, man." I don't know, man.
I want to recall.
This
go ahead.
B+. This was fire.
I want to recall the spot where Shane goes over the rail and he just like falls to the floor.
Oh, he smacked like a golf cart and then smacked the
I
floor.
think he's supposed to land on the golf cart, but he went to the floor and I was like, holy.
He started doing the noises he made when he had diverticulitis. Yeah, he started doing that. Yeah.
This is good. And the promo that he had on SmackDown made it better.
That was one of the funniest.
This was a really good match, and I wasn't expecting a lot from it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah,
Not
it
at all.
was
Like
good.
I was like, I was hoping they did this. I didn't expect them to, but then when they did, I was like, all right,
Nice.
that was a slobber knocker out there.
Yeah.
I was clenching my little tootsies when they were fighting by like the cables that hold up the tresses for like the ring.
Oh, no.
Because if those things came down, 20,000 people are
The
dead.
show's over.
Yeah, you can't do much. So like, I'm just glad that no one got hurt. So yeah,
Other than Miz and Shane.
yeah, you know.
That's all that matters.
So far so good.
I just want to give a shout out to Miz, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
This man plugs Miz and Mrs. on every single thing he does.
Shout out Miz.
They asked about the John Oliver thing, and Miz was like, "Oh, WWE gave me my career. I'm so glad for them. You know, you can see how far I've come on my show, Miz and Mrs. on USA Network."
Do you guys watch it?
Look,
Yeah,
I watched a couple
I loved
episodes.
it,
It's so much better than the Bellas.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's
Because
fun.
nobody
Miz is
cares
so
about
good.
the Bellas.
Yeah,
Well,
you're right.
Miz is so good, but he plugs that show so effortlessly. It is crazy to me.
We're so far so good.
So we're halfway through the show. 8 matches out of 16.
I would give this at minimum a B+ right now.
At
minimum.
It's good right now.
I've
but-
got an A+. That's okay.
That's
though.
what, like,
but Goat Tier Mania is. I don't know about
if
that
you
one.
are so harsh on all of this, the harshest you could be, I think, is a B+.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, to me, it's an A right now.
At the moment, right now.
Let's discuss it
I
on the flip
disagree.
side of this song. I'm gonna play
Give
a
me some
little.
fire, Dante.
I'm gonna play "Empress" by Social Repos. A little shout out to Asuka for being terrible at wrestling.
No clue who that is.
So we're gonna play "Empress." We'll be right back with you guys with the bottom half of the Mania card. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to No Rest Holds for the Weary. Welcome back to No Wrestles for the Weary. It's the WrestleMania Rewind edition. I'm Dante Vacatore. We got Stephen Clark, Samori Rose, Jesse Norman. We talked about the first half of the show of shows, and now it's time to hit the second half of the show of shows, and we'll kick off with the Women's Tag Team Championships. The Iconics won. They beat Sasha Bailey, the Divas of Doom, and the Samoan Slaughterhouse.
That was the best part of the match, that the Iconics won.
It came out of nowhere.
I'm saying that I really wasn't fond on this match, and this is where you guys are probably going to start disagreeing with me.
I like this match a lot.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
But just the way they won, I gave it a C+.
Yeah.
It was a C- until I watched it over again. I saw the way they won. Mm-hmm. I saw it like live, but it's just their heels. They played it smart. They're opportunists. It's fine. But I'm just why
they deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
they memed their way into.
I'm not saying that they didn't deserve it, but
you've got to be joking.
You're joking me.
But just to take it off Sasha and Bailey when I thought they would have had it for at least a little bit longer and go down to NXT maybe. But Paige are bringing people up, and it's probably
the Sky Pirates.
Yeah, that's cool. So
yeah,
it's whatever.
So when the match originally happened and the live finish, I was so annoyed because I was like, wait a minute, did the ref just lose track of who was in the ring? I was like,
you didn't see the tag.
I didn't see the tag. I was like, she is not the legal woman. I was like, I know everybody was just outside, but it's like that's not how it works. You don't just like get back in and they're like, oh, you're the legal person now. And then on the replay, I saw when they pinned, the ref was like, you're not legal. And then I saw the tag and I was like, oh, they did that so smoothly that I didn't see
that was really smooth.
That's almost how Cesaro and Kid won at Mania 31 on the kickoff, because like Cesaro tagged one of the Usos as he was diving for a splash. Yeah, and so it was cool. The Iconics winning came out of nowhere. It was funny because you know how I make the thumbnails for the episodes every week? I made a Sasha and Bailey title render, and I was like, you know what? They're a guaranteed win. I'm just going to use that for today's episode.
Didn't we all say they were going to win?
Yeah, we all. I think that was the one that was just a lock.
Yeah, I wanted, but I was like, I can't bet against it. Like
I was not expecting.
Everything pointed to a long Bailey and Sasha thing.
Or not even long. It's just a longer than a month.
I thought, at least it's been like reported, which this happens all the time, but like Sasha's taking some personal time again. She's been taking off house shows and stuff.
She didn't do her Wendy Williams appearance on Tuesday, I believe, because of personal reasons. So
it was probably like a flex thing. I think they probably were actually going to keep it on them, and they're like, okay.
And Bailey got squashed the next night.
That's fine. Bliss is back wrestling. I'm fine with that.
We'll get into that, and I'm happy to see Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, but I think they probably decided once they knew Sasha was out. Beth Phoenix isn't staying around, so they couldn't give it to Beth Phoenix and Natalia.
They said she may.
She's not.
Nah, I don't think
Guaranteed she's not.
It was cool to see her back,
Trish Stratus and Lita were supposed to stay around. I haven't seen them.
All right, I didn't believe that one, but Beth Phoenix
that's
still.
the SummerSlam match right there. They're in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But also, and then you have the Samoan Slaughterhouse, whatever. Nobody cares about the team.
No,
negative amount of people care about that team,
and I will never care about them.
And
dude, no one meaner than Tamina.
Then you have the Iconics.
Yeah.
They're the only ones. They're literally the only other ones who can win.
They're over.
So yeah, like they're good. They know what their place is. They know what to do. Give it to them. I mean, there's nobody else to.
Now
give
let's
it
just
to.
see what they do with it.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun run. The only thing about this match, and it just has to do with SmackDown Tag Team. I hate fatal 4-way tags. I just don't.
It gets kind of cluttered.
It gets confusing and cluttered. Like you said, you didn't even know a tag weight. It gets who's legal, who's
right.
who. The wrong Uso. I don't know. We can get to that, but the wrong Uso made the pin in that match.
Okay.
It's just
at least they're twins.
Yeah.
You know, so you care. Like it's not like Billy Kay
magic.
tagged in and then Peyton Royce pinned.
It just gets cluttered and confusing.
I think they've always been like that.
They have. You're right.
But the workers in WWE still make the best of them.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some pretty good fatal 4-way tag matches.
Speaking of pretty good, next match.
Best
WWE Championship on the line.
Match of the night.
Kofi Kingston beats Daniel Bryan. Best WrestleMania match of all time.
Whoa.
All right, slow your roll.
I'm gonna go. You know,
Relax.
I'm gonna go and say it's the best WrestleMania moment of all
that's
time.
definitely I'll definitely go with that.
It's
say
WWE
best.
Championship match too. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that because the only competition I had was Brock Roman from 31. But you know,
Well, if that's its only competition, it's blowing it out of the
Blowing
water.
it out of the wall. It
Wait,
did.
you said best WWE title match?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
I
said
said
best moment.
best moment.
All right, I can bet it's top 2 best moment with
11 years.
with
Daniel Bryan?
with Daniel Bryan.
With
from
Daniel
30.
Bryan, yeah.
That's fair.
I see what I can argue, though, is Daniel Bryan had a movement and was in WWE for...
And he had the title before that.
Exactly.
And he had multiple
a
titles
World
before
Heavyweight
that.
Championship. Like, this whole... Like, Bryan was...
I didn't,
Like,
we're not arguing yet.
We're not arguing. No, I'm just saying,
Not
like,
yet, man.
This idea of
Yeah,
Bryan
more
was
like
like
this match.
Bryan was a low card guy. Like Bryan was Finn Balor, and then just got a big movement
Technically,
behind
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Like Kofi did what Bryan did, except
He was a
add
mid-carder.
6 more years onto
Yeah.
it.
Plus, he was a mid-carder too, Kofi.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like mid card.
He's not
Yeah.
low. He's not high. He's
Yeah.
mid. You're right.
He's they never planned for any
Right.
of this, except maybe
And-
back in 2009.
Again, everyone's saying
And Randall cut
And
that out real
Randall,
quick.
yeah.
stupid. Yeah. And everyone who complains that WWE doesn't give fans what they want, they listen to the crowd reactions for Kofi.
Easily.
They listen to the fans get behind him,
Now-
and they did the right thing.
Now I'm gonna bring this match back up later.
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
But yeah, best WWE
hey,
championship match.
Yeah.
All right,
A+.
I'll disagree with you.
A++.
Yeah.
Yeah, fact.
No, that's for
Extra
another
credit.
That's for another show. But that's an A.
Xavier was
Best match.
Xavier was
best match on
immediately hitting the ring and hugging and crying Kofi.
The picture.
They're
is so good.
they're
Just
like,
even how they took out Rowan, all
Yeah,
just
yeah.
everything
Well, so
about it.
good.
New championship,
The new-
back to the
Everything.
old.
I thought it was
New
gonna be
Day
the blue
had-
title. I was so happy it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I was so happy it wasn't.
the New Day adds so much
Mm-hmm.
to this Kofi thing, just because like if you watch in interviews, there was one after, and Xavier was just like, "This man is my idol.
Yeah.
He's showed me everything."
Yeah.
But like it just felt so sincere too. Like it
Yep.
wasn't like he was just saying it. Like he was like I felt like him and Kofi were like brothers. Like they would do anything for each other.
Kofi's one son was a baller, man. He
Yeah.
right on the top rope, throwing
Yep.
the shirts out.
Yeah.
Come on, sign him.
Shout
Sign
out
him right now.
Shout out to Kofi's son.
Yeah.
My
Awesome.
first match, Kofi's son against Dominic. That's what I want.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's a show right
How
there.
old will be Dom? He'll be like 25 by that time or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Probably around there.
I
Yeah.
give credit to Kofi's son holding up the title too.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, those,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was good. And I know those things are a little heavy.
Yeah.
That moment also with the kids added
Yeah.
a lot for casual fans
Yes.
too. Added
Yeah.
so much because
That
then
hit-
like
that hits people
actually
right in the heart.
seeing it, yeah.
Did you see Shaq Gaspard and MVP watching it at a bar? They were watching it together.
JTG was ringside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Shad and MVP were at a bar.
Really?
And they were watching it. And they were each crying individually, but they didn't want to show the other one that they were crying. And then they looked at each other, both saw they were crying, they started hugging. It was cute.
That's
It
awesome.
was nice.
Yeah, because The Rock doesn't say I'm not black anymore. So
Right.
Kofi's the first black.
African born, you can say for Kofi.
And Kofi's just a
Yeah.
good dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he deserves.
Yeah, he's
he
cool guy.
definitely deserves
he's
it.
such a company guy too. Like
Yeah.
And he
Hey.
stayed by them through all the crap that he
Yeah.
was going
yeah,
through.
Yeah.
never like threatened to leave.
No.
Never did any of that stuff.
No.
Like just stayed. Was a
He
good guy for
reinvented his
WWE.
character multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Did everything the company
Teaming with
wanted
Evan
to do.
Boone and R-Truth and going to New
Yeah.
Day.
Last thing I'll say on it, because I'm a sneaker guy, Kofi was wearing
Fire.
custom
Those are fire.
Nike Adapt BBs. Those are the self-lacing ones.
Those are so fire.
Those look good on him, yeah. He went with the gold gear and everything, yeah.
Beautiful gear.
Speaking of ugly gear, Rey Mysterio Jr.
Speaking of ugly in general,
Samoa Joe is ugly too, yeah.
I know he's ugly. This match was ugly.
No,
The mat-
it did
so-
the job.
yeah,
It did the job, but it's
7-hour show, you kind of got to have a...
Fine.
Yeah.
It's getting
Quickie.
it's getting the F from your boy.
Not my worst match of the night.
No.
What's-
See,
no.
this is the it all
my
plays
worst
off
match.
how WWE what they do with it.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, second of all, you got to think. So Rey Mysterio is on like he's not on like a John Cena level, but he was in that John Cena era.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like Rey Mysterio is Randy Orton. He's Kurt Angle. He's a legend, and Michael Cole kept putting that over. Or Tom Phillips, whichever one it was.
It was Tom Phillips,
It was
yeah.
Tom
He
Phillips.
was
Sure.
SmackDown.
They kind of both sound similar to me. But like they kept
Not
putting
really,
over the
but-
fact that like Rey Mysterio is a legend. Well, Samoa Joe just came out and destroyed a legend in a minute. So I understand if they do nothing with it, I'll agree with you, Samori. It's an F. But if they take this and
I agree.
they take Samoa Joe and they're like he Obviously not like a legend killer gimmick. Well, I mean, that would be amazing.
From what
Dominator.
what happened on Tuesday, it looks like he's about to drop that title to Braun Strowman. So this is gonna stay in. This is gonna stay in F.
Now, if Samoa Joe beats Rey Mysterio and then chokes out Braun Strowman at the next pay-per-view,
Good.
that raises Samoa Joe so much.
And
like,
the whole thing about Ray being hurt from Corbin from the Monday before Mania, then like, oh, he choked him out. It was a waste of my time. And that could have been my bathroom
it
break.
was a waste of your time. It was only a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. It did its purpose.
I thought you could have put it on the pre-show if you really really wanted them to have a match.
If you put it on the pre-show, if you want casual fans to watch Mania and then stay, you look at it, and then when Samoa Joe comes out on SmackDown, you're like, oh, Samoa Joe is a scary man.
Yeah.
And it's not hard. Like,
I understand what you're saying, but
my friends who like barely watch wrestling, they just watch the pay-per-views with me sometimes. They know just from how WWE is like kind of like stop pushes and stuff like that for Samoa Joe. They know Samoa Joe is a scary, scary guy.
He looks like a BA easily.
Yeah,
he's very
especially with the music, like coming down with the towel, the MMA shorts and everything. Like Samoa Joe just looks like a scary
that's
guy.
all nice, Jesse. Still getting an F.
It depends on what they do with it.
Yeah.
Next match on the card, Roman Reigns, first singles match back. He beats Drew McIntyre.
This is my worst match.
Seemingly. It was a glorified Raw show. Raw match.
Tired. I don't know.
It was fine. I thought it just so a lot of people like said this didn't feel like Mania.
Yeah.
I think they're totally wrong.
I'm one of those
people. This match didn't feel like Mania.
That's why.
Look,
this was like a break from Mania. I was like, okay, this is
Here's
wrong.
my thing. As good as the AJ and Randy match was, you could put that on a SmackDown main event and give it the same amount of time, and it'll be the same.
Yeah, but it would be a very good main event, like a.
I'm not saying that it's not bad, but that's why people are saying it didn't feel like Mania.
Yeah,
and especially how the main event was and how the crowd kind of was for it.
Yeah,
that's why I understand. I'm not saying it fully. There was some parts of me that felt like Mania, like when Cena came out, that felt like Mania.
The Kofi thing obviously
felt like Mania.
You don't do that anywhere else,
right?
But
there's some parts of the show that felt like it could have been on a SmackDown or a Raw.
This match was the only one that felt to me like not even like it should have been on another pay-per-view. Like it could have been like a main event of another thing, or I thought it was just. I was like, this is a Raw match that builds to another match later on.
Right.
I just felt like, and I mean, now we see with SmackDown, which we'll get to later, it looks like Drew's probably moving.
And
if this
he's hurt
Drew
too.
and Roman storyline is done, they left a lot on that table.
So much.
They left so much. Yeah. Maybe they'll go back to it in a couple months or a year.
Well, hopefully he's healthy because.
But like they need Drew.
Yeah,
because he
Drew.
And he's
Want to take the title off Kofi?
It looks like the WWE might be taking a little injury hit now with a few, and they're both the people are. One's on SmackDown, one's potentially going over to SmackDown. So that's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
As long as they're back by October.
Yeah.
That's
what really matters.
Before we get to the next match, John Cena came out and interrupted Elias's multi-person concert.
That's an A.
It was great. It was great.
That's one of my favorite moments of the show.
I give it above an A. I go S for Super. Super Cena. Super Cena. It was amazing.
It was good.
Oh my God. It was the greatest
He's like, you're not getting the AA, you're getting the FU. I'm like, that's what I want.
But did you notice Michael Cole wouldn't say FU though? He was like, well, before it was the AA, and then he just hits it, and Michael Cole goes silent. I was like, and I like finished the line before he said it because like he rhymed it with you, and I was like, he's gonna say FU. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it right now. Oh my God. I was like, this is amazing. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
He had a lot of good moments there. Yeah. I like the Babe Ruth video package. I didn't know what it was at first.
Neither did I.
And then the video package said the greatest of all time. I'm like, it's John Cena.
CM Punk was right. He did become what he hates.
The Yankees. He became the Yankees.
He became what he hated.
I don't care. That's amazing. Like the fact
I'm speaking to a Super Cena fan, but that's okay. No, I'll give you your moment because it was good.
He's the franchise player.
He's
WWE, baby. Right. He's the greatest of all time. Eventually to be eclipsed by Velveteen Dream. Yeah. But right now, he is the greatest of all time.
This moment was ruined for me because the Tron of Thugonomics popped up in the arena for a split second. Not many people caught it, but I did.
When was it? Earlier in the show?
It was during the Hall of Fame thing. And all of a sudden, I see, like, it wasn't like the actual big Tron. It was the one going around, like, the stadium. And it just said, like, word life and the chain. And I'm like,
Yeah.
And my friends wouldn't believe me. I'm like, no, I swear, I saw it.
I swear I saw it.
They're like, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say this. Like Ric Flair is like the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, right? John Cena is Michael Jordan.
He's Michael.
And Velveteen Dream is LeBron James.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm going with right now.
That sounds
Kurt
nice.
Hawkins is the Brian Scalabrine.
That's actually true.
Give me a John Cena Michael Jordan T-shirt. I'll buy it.
If John
I'll buy it
Cena
in
is
a
Michael
minute.
Jordan, then Batista has to be Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
Absolutely.
Batista had a banger of a farewell match against Triple H.
I would say Sean is Kobe. Where's Sean
No,
rank?
Sean might be Jordan, in my opinion.
Reggie Miller?
Hell no.
Whoa,
Don't disrespect Shawn Michaels like that. First of
Shawn
all.
Michaels is
Maybe
the bad boy
Shawn's
pistol.
last-
Listen,
Bird, then.
it's another, like, 11 hours until 4-point play. I don't even know basketball until 7 o'clock. Batista Triple H was great.
It was amazing.
It was great.
Okay.
I think I honestly might have a higher opinion of this match than even Dante does.
Wait, do
I
you
thought
want to
this
go
match was
first?
Phenomenal.
Because I kind of got something to
Yeah,
say.
I want to go first.
Okay.
I watched it twice. Well, I watched it 3 times altogether. Once live in the arena. Live in the arena, I wanted them to end that match as soon as possible.
Which is understandable.
I couldn't take it. It was just a bunch of old men laying around. And the spots were cool. Some of the spots were cool. I'll give it that. Like the table spot, the nose ring, the pliers to the fingers, whatever.
the nose ring spot was
Yeah. Those were cool.
That's one of the only good things I like
Yes.
about this match.
But being in the arena, I'm like, all right, these two 50-year-old men need to get out. And then a 70 or 80-year-old man comes out. I'm like, oh, my God, get me out of here. But I watched it over on the network, and I was like, this wasn't bad. I wasn't A-plus material, but it wasn't bad. Like the commentary added to it with Sean being there, I'd say.
Oh, Sean was great.
Yeah,
Sean was.
He's also
great.
one of the better things about this match.
Yeah, Sean added to it. Just, I don't know. I thought it was better on TV for this one. And just the running Superman punch sledgehammer thing looked cooler.
That also was that was probably the best thing in the match.
Yeah,
and
that
that's
was
3
cool.
things of a 24-minute match that got the longest time on WrestleMania.
Well, we knew
I've been saying that for weeks.
Yeah,
so
we
this
knew
is
that.
going to go long.
That I want to say that, but I can't. That really irks me because for what reason? Why do you want the most time? Why?
the longest story gets
Why?
the longest time.
I don't care about the story. The story was trash.
It was a good story.
no,
In
it
the
was a good story.
beginning
Triple H
of the
never beat
story.
Batista one-on-one.
I don't care. I don't
Yeah, 'cause
care.
you don't like Triple H. That's why
I
you
don't.
care.
And his match wasn't good.
It was good watching it over. I'll give it that.
I watched this match 3 times.
So did I. And it was good watching it
No,
over.
it wasn't.
Live,
Go
it
ahead,
wasn't
Dante.
good.
I know you got something to say.
Live, it wasn't good.
Maybe
On
I'm
TV, it was good.
maybe I'm just getting mad. The storyline wasn't that bad. I'm just in the moment, but the storyline was all right. The match wasn't good.
The only bad thing about this match to me was the Mad Max Triple H
thought it was-
entrance.
I know. I hated
No,
that.
I liked it, but
It was-
I didn't like
Mad
Michael
Max
Cole
is like-
saying, that was so cool.
I love Final Fantasy Core.
No,
Remember
I
that
thought
from
it was cool,
2
the
years ago?
entrance. It was-
Mad Max
it
is
was
like
fine.
2 years old at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, but it was still...
We got 10
It's
minutes
2
left
years
Batista
in this
was better.
segment.
Batista was like a
So
movie star.
I'm
entrance.
just
That was
I'm
good.
not gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't like the match.
All I'm going to say is this match was as fitting of a conclusion to Batista's career as
Can I
we could
just-
possibly have gotten.
Can I just
Yeah,
shout
that's
out?
it. You're
It's
right.
better than him quitting how he did.
Yeah,
quitting
yeah,
how he did.
Yeah, Batista's entrance.
Was fire.
He hit every one of those pyros.
Except when he
Yeah.
tripped
Every
over the
single
rope.
He tripped over
one.
the rope.
And then
You saw
tripped over the
you saw
rope.
how he went back in so they could edit it. That
Yeah.
was pretty funny. That was also one of the better things
Yeah.
about this
Pyro
match.
was I'm so happy.
And he wore gear that referenced his WrestleMania 21 gear. It was like the same shade of red.
Yeah.
And he beat Triple H on that show. Oh,
That match
Batista's
was
so
better
good.
than this one, I think.
Well, that was also 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fantastic match.
great.
No, no.
I loved
Looking
it.
back, it was good.
You
I'll
know
give it good
what-
at best.
Loved it.
I'll give it a B plus max.
It was a
This-
brawl, and that's exactly.
You're getting a solid C from me.
I
As long
gave
as
it
was
4
a brawl,
stars.
As long
out
as
of
it was a
5.
brawl, I was fine with it.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't Rest Hold City and Triple H
Hey,
doing
this is
that,
Rest Hold City.
doing that weird like knee thing that he
Oh,
does into
yeah.
the spine buster. As long as it wasn't all that, I was good with it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Just live with no commentary, listening, it was just 2 guys laying around for me. But watching it over, it was
Yeah.
a lot better. I will admit that. Because I did crap on it to you guys when I was
Yeah.
there. I was like,
the next
Yeah.
the next match is an F also.
no.
the next match is an F.
Baron Corbin retired Kurt Angle.
Perfect. I thought that was perfect.
I love wrestling.
Angle goes out on his back. That's the way to go out.
That's something that one of my buddies pointed out to me. Think about the people that Angle grew up in the industry around. Yeah. Guys like Austin and Rock and those people who were always taught to go out on your back.
Yep.
So it surprised me in the moment, but it didn't surprise me that he would go out on his back. The only thing I didn't like here
is that it was Baron Corbin who put him
No,
down.
I love Baron Corbin. Don't get me wrong. And I'll talk about Monday Night Raw, about what happened to Kurt Angle there, because I was over the moon about that. But
see, that took away from me too.
Took away from it
because I'm like, if Corbin retired him, why is he getting in a program with Lars now?
He's not getting in a program with Lars. Lars is establishing himself by attacking Kurt Angle.
And he attacked the new tag team champion.
Exactly.
So he's just going around attacking people, whatever.
That's cool for Lars.
The only thing I didn't like about it was like Angle lost, and then just as quickly as he lost, he got back up and was like, "Hey guys, I'm gone. Goodbye, everybody." And it's like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's a little too.
If he sold it a little bit, if he cried a little bit, I'd be okay. But he probably can't produce tears. Like his tear ducts probably don't work anymore.
Probably not.
I just wish it was somebody besides Corbin.
No,
that's just my.
No,
anybody else.
If Corbin comes out with the shirt every week, gets rid of that dress shirt and says, "I retired Kurt Angle" on a new shirt every week, I'm all in for it.
It's not going to happen.
That Baron Corbin, Seth Rollins, Lars Sullivan triple threat in Saudi Arabia for the Universal title.
God.
No!
Actually, gonna
Chef's
barf.
Kiss.
I'm actually gonna barf.
That was one of the worst ideas I've heard you say.
And Lars Sullivan is responsible for the only bad match I've ever seen of Aleister Black in NXT.
Nope, that match was really good.
Couldn't even take a black mask.
That was Aleister's fault.
No,
he was too far away.
Lars should.
Why did Lars fall? If he understood he was too far away.
Aleister slapped the leg. He made it sound like he hit.
No. He had by far Aleister Black's worst match in NXT.
Yeah, that match.
I'm not a big Lars guy.
I just hurt my thigh slapping myself, by the way.
That match was pretty just decent.
All right, 8 minutes left. Real quick, Balor, Demon, Lashley. Good enough.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Whatever.
Main event, Becky wins. Yay. Great match.
Great match, bad finish.
Bad finish, yeah.
Good match.
No.
Good match. The finish, whatever you're gonna get.
The finish was fine.
If Ronda's shoulder wasn't up, then it would be fine.
Well, that's
I'm okay
her
with the
shoulder
crucifix
is
ending.
more up than anything.
I believe that's how they were gonna end the match in general.
The crucifix,
It just happened to get botched.
And that's more on Ronda, I think, than
I
Becky.
think so, too.
Right.
Yeah.
And the ref got fined for it, so you know Vince wasn't gonna blame Ronda or Becky for it.
Yeah.
So
but the match was fine.
yeah, but
It's fine. It was a really good match.
My only criticism, it just didn't feel like a main event.
They felt big. Everyone had a big entrance. Everyone did their
felt
big
big,
spots.
but
Charlotte
just-
took a table bump.
Can I say anything? Jesus.
You don't let me say things sometimes
That's
when I
not
talk
true.
about Jinder Mahal.
That's not true.
When I talk about my Jinder Mahal.
I let you speak.
Okay, well
that's him.
That's fine. No, you shouldn't be able to talk about Jinder Mahal.
It's just
Jesus.
to me, Kofi and Bryan felt more like a main event. If you understand what I'm trying to say,
I'll agree with him there.
if you, how do I explain this? It just felt more like a main event.
It did. I'll agree there, and I think that's because the story of Ronda, Becky, Charlotte kind of cooled off over the past at least
I just felt like
month or so.
Becky's hot, and she's been hot since SummerSlam. I just felt Kofi was hotter at this point in time.
Yeah.
I get that.
And if you that moment, Kofi with his children in the ring, all the pyro going up, that would have been perfect to end the show. But then, they marketed it. It's going to be the women, and just the ending made it feel like less of a main event. And that's not a knock on them. It just happened to happen.
Yeah, no, it was. I think it was the ending that kind of made it not feel like the main event. Like a crucifix into a championship win of 2 belts. Like when you're Becky Lynch and you're supposed to be this badass. Like
if you want to. Like, this is why I said she should have tapped out Charlotte, because when she pinned Ronda, I was like,
Should have tapped out Ronda.
Ronda's not taking a tap.
Well, Ronda
would've been perfect,
if
though.
they come back though and they have like Becky Ronda again, and it's like,
That's why I said she should tap out Charlotte, because she could say, yeah, Charlotte, I beat you all these amount of times, and Ronda's like, you never actually beat me.
Well, now Ronda could say you never actually beat me because we have the.
Yeah,
but I just don't love that.
But it wasn't supposed to be like that. And
they're still going to have a singles match down the line, so they could just use this.
It's probably going to be next year at Mania.
Yeah, or at SummerSlam this year. Who knows?
As an N4 Mania, I understand what Samori's saying. Kofi winning definitively at the end is better than Becky essentially rolling Ronda up and having like sort of a botched finish.
Yeah.
It was a good match, though.
Yeah, it was
It was a good match.
The match was good. Match was really good.
S'more didn't crap in the show as much as I thought.
No, yeah, you came in like guns blazing. You're like, oh, I'm gonna disagree with y'all.
No. When you guys are saying this is the greatest WrestleMania,
It is.
Hell
Well,
no.
top,
I mean,
top 5.
hell no.
At least top 5.
Hell no.
Easily
Yeah.
top 5.
Hell no.
Easily
yeah.
top 5.
No.
By far.
No.
We have 3 more minutes to the break. Let's talk about
Hold
this.
on. I have to go back in my list and see what my.
You keep those lists? I delete them every week.
Well, it's just in my notes, so whatever.
I have my Microsoft Word.
I delete my notes every week. Yeah, no, I think this is number 1.
If you, it might be hard to argue top. Oh, number 1, it might be hard to argue or top 3, but it could be up there still. But easily top 5.
Easily top 5.
Yo.
Too many big moments.
No. So I have 23, 24, 2017, 19.
Better than
23?
Better
Yeah.
than 23 and 24 easily.
23?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's easily better?
Yeah.
Easily? Wow.
I really like 23 because it was the first Mania I ever actually got to watch.
Mine's 24.
So-
that I first watched.
24 is great, but it's
Wow.
not on 35's level.
Floyd Mayweather's better than this one.
Colin Jost had a better outing than Floyd Mayweather.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I don't
Floyd
know.
Mayweather-
I don't know.
Floyd Mayweather was good.
No, he didn't.
I don't
But
know about that.
Colin Jost was on an
Punches,
ultralight
man.
beam.
I don't know about that.
Colin
one,
Jost was
Dante.
doing the Lord's work.
My honorable mentions. I think 21's better than this. I think 30's better than this.
30,
I think
30's up there.
21's a really underrated one.
Yeah.
They're not at least underrated
Because the
but,
two main events
that
aren't-
I think
crowned Batista and John Cena.
I think 31's as good as this.
31's top 5, but it's not as good as
See,
as
we can argue about
35.
this all day, but
We-
I'm just going to
we
beg
could.
to differ
But
with you
just know
guys.
that 35
Yep.
in the top 5.
All right. We got to hit the high spots here. That was WrestleMania. Thank you for listening. We're going to do a little top of the hour break, and then we're going to hit you with some Takeover, then some Raw and SmackDown. Keep it locked here on Brave New Radio. You're listening to No Rest Holds for the Weary.
WPSC, Wayne, New Jersey. On the radio, 88.7 FM. Online, gobrave.org. A tune-in radio station. Part of the William Patterson Broadcast Network.
Broadcasting live from Hobart Hall in Wayne, New Jersey.
This is
The innovative,
I think they're really unique.
the fearless,
they have awesome variety.
the kick-ass,
I love Brave New Radio.
the sensational.
I've never heard anything like it.
This is the one and only Brave New Radio.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio. That was Kushida's New Japan theme, Kushida Makes You Rock. Because Kushida is making me rock because he's down in NXT. I'm really excited. I'm Dante Vacatore, and I'm really excited about Kushida. And I'm sure Stephen Clark, Samori Rose, and Jesse Norman all are too. We just talked WrestleMania for like an hour, so let's talk about Takeover
Let's
for
talk
like a
about
half
the A
hour.
show. Let's talk about the
A- show.
No, the A show.
Takeover New York in the Barclays Center. Best takeover of all time.
I agree.
Top 3.
Second best of all
Third.
time.
No, it's 1.
Second.
So I think in
I
ring.
like how me saying it's the 3rd best takeover is me spitting on it,
Yep,
like
it's
saying it was
1.
terrible.
Yeah, like Samori didn't even have WrestleMania in his top 5.
And meanwhile,
That
like,
doesn't mean it was
everything's
bad.
just fine.
There's been a lot of good WrestleManias. There's also been 35.
There's been a lot of good
There's like
takeovers.
30 takeovers too.
And
There's not 30
they're, like, almost
takeovers.
There's
all
over 20.
amazing.
There's over 20 takeovers.
And this
Yeah.
one was the best one.
Second
It's
best.
top 3.
Second best, but okay.
I loved the show from top to bottom. I think in ring wise, I think it was better than New Orleans. But storyline wise, I could see where New Orleans kind of takes it above.
New Orleans,
but
that's
I would still put New York on top. Let's start first with the NXT Tag Team Championships.
Cool.
Great match.
The match of the year for a good like 2 days. Ricochet and Black against the War
That was
Raiders.
the match of the year for
A good hour
or
and
two.
a good hour and a half.
Until the main event.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. But I love this tag match. Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all said, "Oh, the styles are going to be so different." The War Raiders kind of played to Aleister Black
They're
and
high flyers,
Ricochet's
the War Raiders.
style.
They're high
Yeah.
flyers.
The War. We got to start talking about War Raiders as like one of the best tag teams in the world right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Two
They're-
straight takeover bangers.
Yeah.
3.
I would say
count War Games.
they're probably
Games match,
already in just WWE in general. I'm not counting Black and Ricochet as a tag team. I would already probably rank them top 3. I can't
Top 2.
like definitively like I have Usos, New Day, probably War Raiders.
Yeah.
Mine's a little different. I got Usos. Well, they're top 3. I got Usos, Era, and them.
Oh, Era too.
Yeah,
You're
oh,
right.
I count Era as a faction.
Yeah.
I don't like
okay.
if you want to say Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, like that's
They're top
they're
5.
a good tag
They're
team, but
fine.
like
Yeah.
I think Era's like, you know,
A faction more.
yeah, a faction
I
more
agree.
than a tag team.
I agree.
This year alone, I'd say War Raiders are one. Just based off 2019, War Raiders are
definitely,
one.
definitely. But if you go over length of time, and especially the Usos and New Day's
Yeah.
recent
Oh,
runs,
absolutely.
I would put them over.
I think the Usos are the best tag team of all time.
I
Just
I
straight
rank
up,
them
so.
also as WWE's best tag team of all
Yeah.
time.
Well, I'm fine with that.
Alistair and Ricochet obviously got their nice NXT send off.
That was cool.
There, it was nice.
I like the respect between the War
Yeah.
Raiders and them.
Yeah.
Because the War Raiders the week before they were like, "Hey, we just destroyed this tag team in like 20 seconds. Give me another one."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't care who you guys are. We're just going to destroy you." Then, like even in the beginning of the match, where which one is it? Rowe. He could have
Bro could have punched.
he
Yeah.
could have
and-
kneed Alistair in the face and he didn't. And then Alistair could have kicked him in his head, and he's just
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's really good storytelling.
Yeah, I agree.
Really, really good
Yeah.
storytelling." And then shout out to Ricochet because he picked up Hanson and he gave him
Ricochet is
and
so
he
good.
threw it.
and he threw him
And he threw him.
and he threw him.
Oh my god.
Then he did like I alluded to the spot earlier when he did the like the moonsault or the springboard into like a corkscrew that was crazy. Then Hanson got up there and did this match is so good.
the double sit down by Black and Ricochet. That was
This-
great. I love that.
I've watched this takeover like 3 times already.
yeah.
This match was really good.
This was such a good opener and such a good match.
Another great match here. Velveteen Dream retained the North
Yes.
American Championship over
Yes.
Matt Riddle. Let's start with the entrances.
A Dream's entrance was
The Statue of Liberty.
fire.
The
I
Dream.
love it.
And even Riddle wearing like the Yankee color
Yeah, he played to
pinstrip
the
stuff. Yeah.
played to the crowd a little bit. It was good.
Yeah.
I just like the whole story in between it because the way they started the match, it was face versus face, but you could tell that Velveteen was a little more towards the heelish side.
Oh yeah.
Then in the middle of the match,
Riddle
turns to
yeah.
that's just really good storytelling.
I just want to. We just talked about the Ricochet throwing Hanson. Matt Riddle, when he was on the second rope,
He almost killed Velveteen
he
Dream.
picks up Velveteen Dream and throws him. For anybody who does not like understand how hard that is, Matt Riddle
Strength.
used all just upper body strength. He had no legs because the ropes couldn't support him. So when he's picking him up, he's deadlifting
Yeah.
him and then throwing him across the ring. That was that was one of the most ridiculous spots I've ever seen, just off of how hard that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He deadlifted an entire man and threw him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like something Cesaro would do.
Yes,
Easily, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that was
was cool.
That was crazy.
Oh, this matter is really
Great
good.
finish too.
Yeah.
Riddle doesn't look like a geek. You know,
That looks still strong.
yeah, they could come back to this match.
He was
if they
shocked
wanted
that he
to.
lost.
Yeah,
that he lost.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Velveteen's on a roll.
Yeah, Velveteen's the best wrestler.
He's
in the
been on
world.
a roll since Takeover last year.
Velveteen's fine.
Velveteen is LeBron James and maybe Zion Williamson.
I'll give you Zion. Somebody else in WWE might be LeBron. I'm giving Cena LeBron.
No, Cena's Jordan.
All right.
Cena's Jordan. He's the franchise.
No.
Now, you know what? Maybe Cena's Jerry West because he's the logo. He's the icon.
Vince is Jerry.
We're
West.
thinking about basketball too much. I'm gonna be asleep during 4-point play tonight, and we're here talking about
I'm gonna
basketball.
call in and check up on you guys.
You'll see me on the live stream dozing off. It'll be all right. Next match, we have a new United Kingdom champion after 685 days, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Volta beats Pete Dunne.
Good, really good.
I like his theme song.
Yeah. Dvorak's Ninth Symphony, fourth movement.
Sure.
That I think that's really what it is. It's funny because like the rest of the song doesn't sound like that at all. It's like very peppy, but the fourth movement is where it gets the hard. So like you have to tell them to play the fourth movement.
Yeah, this match was good.
I think it took a little while to get where it was going, but
How was it? It was like 25 minutes, I believe.
Yeah,
And it took about 10 minutes for them to get there. But then once Walter actually chopped Pete Dunne, that's when it started to pick up.
Yeah.
That's when it started to pick up.
Yeah. I'm just afraid that Walter's reign is going to be like Dunne's reign,
Me too.
where it just goes on.
It's going to be
Well,
exactly
because
like Dunne's reign.
The problem is like
Who's going to beat him? That's my thing.
You had Dunne as the established guy. Everybody who went up against him never felt like they were on Dunne's level,
Right.
Until Walter.
Yeah.
So now, who can you put on that level with Walter?
You have to build someone up.
You have to build someone up, or you have to try to grab some big, huge UK indie
There's
guy.
no
and I
one.
don't know it.
They have everybody.
I already heard of Walter before, and I'm not even a big indie guy.
The biggest European indie guy that they haven't put on TV yet is Ilya Dragunov, and they have him. He's fought bangers with Walter in the past in the German promotion WXW, but even then, I don't think that's what you're going to end up with.
Maybe if they're done with Mustache Mountain and they rebuild up Tyler Bate,
That'd be cool.
that's the only thing I can think of,
Yeah.
because that's the only UK guy
Unless
that is noticeable and has like credibility.
Unless they bring over a regular NXT guy and have him do a stint in the UK.
Yeah, that'd be
Like
interesting.
Dijakovic and Walter would be fired.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Keith Lee.
Lee. I was about to say Keith Lee and
Walter.
They had a
would
really
fire.
good match before Keith Lee and Walter. Yeah.
Fine, Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whatever.
Cool. I like Zack Sabre.
I like me some Zack Sabre
Yeah,
Jr.
so do I.
Yeah, I like this match.
I don't think Zack Sabre Jr. is a WWE guy at this point in his career. I
No.
think he's at that point in his career where he's like, I love being an indie guy.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
want to go to WWE
Right.
for like the longest time, and then
I'm a
probably in
rebel.
like
He's
and
got a
then in
good
like
role in
3
New
years he's
Japan,
gonna be like,
too.
okay, I'll go to WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walter also jackknifed Pete Dunne off the top rope. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Because I was watching it with one of my friends, and we were just watching the whole match. We were standing for the match. Then we see him go up. I'm like, all right, what? I thought he was just going to power him down. I see him throw him. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
He threw him, and then, that was really good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pete Dunne. He got a better end on Walter.
All of the British wrestling, or like British indie wrestlers thanking Pete Dunne post-match for his contributions to the scene was really nice to see, which is crazy because he's so young too.
Yeah.
But he gave so much to the notoriety of the British wrestling scene.
Yeah.
Next match.
Before we get there,
of course.
like Jesse said, this is the second worst match from the card.
Yeah.
And he got a B plus to an A minus.
I gave everything 4.5 and above. So this match and the next match I gave 4.5. I gave Riddle and Dream 4.75, and the main event, the opener 5.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
I give
what
a
I
little
went.
less to the next match, but
I
would give it a
really
little
like
less to
I
this.
really like this women's championship.
It was
match.
really it was
love
really
it.
good. The ending was just the thing that threw me off because
I was fully expecting Shayna to lose.
Me too.
We all thought
all
she was
were.
losing.
I
And-
thought,
Time.
especially when like Bianca picked up both Kyrie and Io
And
for
did
the
the
KOD.
Yup.
She was crying too. I thought, okay, she's crying because she's winning the title.
Yeah.
nope.
But no,
Shayna
she's crying 'cause she's
Baszler
gonna
comes out of
tap
nowhere.
out.
I was like, when she did that, I'm like, oh, cool. She's gonna win.
I was like, come on.
Then out of nowhere, you just see Shayna Trouble. I'm like,
Now my
and
only,
she tapped.
Yeah.
And she didn't tap at
Yeah.
Phoenix, and she
Right.
tapped now. So
That's the only cool thing.
Yeah, my only problem, especially with this, with Baszler retaining, when is there going to be another good time exactly like this for Baszler to lose? Because if Ronda's leaving, you can pull Baszler up now and put her in a Ronda role.
Yeah.
Like, she just fits in so perfectly.
I would argue that you could still just bring her up as champ and then just have her lose in San Jose.
The only problem I don't like with bringing guys up as champ is then you're like, okay, they're losing.
Right,
Like,
right.
that's-
Like what happened to
that's
Kevin
the-
Owens.
Yeah, like that's the only problem because obviously they can't keep the championship on.
No.
That'd be a
Or what
nice
if they swerved you?
That'd be a nice
And,
thing.
and Shayna and nobody just beat her. Period.
Just nobody beat her. I would love to have like an NXT champion type thing storyline on WWE. If they ever do that, I think they're going to run it with Undisputed Era, in my opinion. But
Well, there might not be an undisputed era, or
Yeah, we'll talk about
we'll
that.
get to that.
or
But-
somebody's getting kicked out.
but,
Spicy stuff going on.
but like I just thought this was the perfect time to call up Shayna.
I agree. Yeah, like you said, I don't think there'll be another moment like this to just call her up.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Io Shirai looked really good though in this match.
Yeah.
She was
And
my
Kyrie
MVP.
did, too.
She was, but Kyrie always looks good.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Io,
and it's just
Io
the way
to
they
me
were with
was-
each other that
yeah.
was really good
Io
too.
had a
Io
top
to
of the
me
game.
was the MVP of this match. She looked phenomenal in this match. At the end, I was like, Bianca winning was cool, but like by the end of the match, I was like, I want.
Yeah, I
Io
kinda
Shirai.
wanted Io to win,
I was
too.
like, I want Io
Yeah.
to win. I was like, if it's either Bianca or Io's time, like I would rather it be Io. Bianca's fine, and then Shayna just won. So
Who do you think gets the next crack? Candice LeRae, maybe?
Candice or
Probably
Nia.
Candice.
I would
She won on the
imagine
TV.
and they might be double champs.
Right.
The husband and wife
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Then maybe medium. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they could be like. What I think is going to happen is they're going to be double champs for like a little while. Gargano's going to lose it.
I think
And then
Gargano's losing to
and then
Toronto.
Gargano's going to get like not upset, but like a little bit jealous and like just keep trying to win back the championship. And anytime Candice is like, oh, like don't worry about it, blah, 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 he's going to be like, you're champion. Like, don't worry about it. You have your gold. Like, I need to get back because like Johnny craves validation. John, like it's his biggest character thing. He needs validation to know he's such a good wrestler. So I don't think he's going to be champion for long.
No.
I think
he doesn't need to be either.
No,
I
not
think.
at all.
Like I said, I think Toronto's the perfect time to take it off of him and give it to Adam Cole. Or if Adam
Cole.
Cole's not there,
Riddle too is an
you
option.
can give it to Riddle. You can, or who else is a heel?
Velveteen if you want to run.
I think
make it
Velveteen's hold the North American title for a little bit.
But you can Velveteen's so good you can move him up to that main event anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about the main event?
Please.
So,
All right. Gargano, Cole, 2-3 falls.
best match of the night.
No. Second best match of the night.
What was the best match of the
He
night?
gave
The
both,
tag.
He gave the tag match in this a 5.
You know what? I could see that. I think they're on like
I
the
see
same
what
level.
I see what you're
Yeah,
saying,
exactly.
but I'm going to disagree with you.
Here's where I'm coming from. The
for
first two falls were really good, but it took a while. The third fall was crazy.
It's a 2 out of 3
I
falls
would-
match, so I kind
I-
of expected that.
Yeah. Me too.
I was prepared to give it like 4.5, 4 3/4, and then by the end I started crying. So I'm like, I gotta give it 5.
Yeah.
And then Ciampa came out and hugged him. I was
Oh,
like,
that
I
was,
come
cried.
that was
on,
I
pal.
amazing.
Then
My-
Joe Greco said he cried. You said you
I
cried.
did.
I
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I cried.
You cried. I'm like, yo,
The
chill
only
out.
little problem I had with this match, and I understand like where it was coming from, Gargano kicked out of a lot.
Well, that happened
And
at
now
Philadelphia too, if you remember
and I
back
know,
to it.
He definitely did. Which do you think is better, this or Almas?
Almost
I was
far and
okay.
away.
Yeah.
Almost Gargano's the greatest match in the history
Almost
of pro
Gargano.
wrestling.
I'll say that because it was just straight up, and it was more.
Because Almost is a better wrestler than Adam Cole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Adam
say
Cole's
that.
a better. Adam Cole's a
Adam-
better.
And putting
all-
together a match, I think,
Yeah,
all
Adam
around.
Cole I think is a better all around guy. 'cause
He's
he can
more
cut the promos.
Adam Cole's more
Yeah.
marketable, but
Yes,
Cien's a
but-
better.
Yeah, better wrestler. Yeah.
Andrade's a better
Andrade.
wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that match, it was more at stake because it was
yeah.
only one fall.
Yeah. Like, it's just towards the end, Gargano was kicking out of everything. And then, like, at one point, I was like, okay, there's no way he can kick out of this. And then he kicked out. And then by the end, like, no matter what Adam Cole did, I was like, Gargano's going to kick out. Like, I kind of, like,
yeah.
I
lost it
wasn't
a
like
little
that.
bit.
So
and then, like, I got into it again when Cole, like, kept doing this crazy stuff. I was like, okay, that's got to be the end.
So
When
like
Eric
when
came
he
out.
did the
Yeah.
slingshot
I forgot.
into
When
the super
Eric
kick
came out,
to the
yeah.
Panama Sunrise, I'm like, all right, it's over. That's a nice way to end it.
Yeah.
Kicks out. The arrow comes out. He gets high load.
I'm like, oh, it's
He gets
over.
high load.
It's done.
He kicks out of
He
that.
kicks out.
That's
He
cool.
takes all of them out. He gets super kicked in the front of the face, in the back of the head, then a last shot. And he kicked out. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't. And the crowd was so good for this match.
Yeah.
That's what made it so much better, too.
I started this match rooting for Adam Cole, expecting Adam Cole to win and wanting Adam Cole to win. And by the end, I'm like, Johnny has to win.
Yeah.
This is Johnny's moment.
That's exactly how I felt watching it.
And they did a masterful job of making this feel like the natural conclusion to Gargano's story, even without Ciampa.
Yeah, yeah. Especially even with Ciampa coming out, and there was like just the little things like that they were going back and forth. Like Ciampa looks at the gold and everything, and then he looks up at Johnny, but he doesn't even look mad. Like there's no like jealousy in his face. He's just happy for him. Yeah. And then it was so good. And then Gargano's like, I'm just holding him for you.
Yeah.
Or I'm keeping him warm for you and everything like that. Like,
do you think Ciampa's done?
Yeah.
I think
Ciampa might be done, but if anybody isn't going to be done, it's going to be Ciampa.
I feel like
he could come back.
I'm 50-50 on it. I feel like he's done, but then I feel like he's going to come back.
It could be.
They said he's on borrowed time if he comes back.
Well, and the last person who was on borrowed time was Edge. So I'm hoping and praying maybe he comes back, one more run, he wins the championship next night on, well, not next night, but
like the TV,
next time on NXT. He's like, I won back Goldie. I'm going out on top. I'm on borrowed time. I can't do this anymore. And he retires. That's what I would like to see. If he can. Only
I understand, but he kind of
yeah.
already went out on top.
Yeah.
So if you retire tomorrow, it's okay because he was the champion.
But I would like it if like that we didn't know that was Ciampa's last run though. No. Like he went out on top, but like
we didn't know that was Edge's last run either.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
until that night.
And like Edge went out on top, but like did he go out on top?
Like
he beat Del Rio
in the opener.
It was a really good match.
Yeah, but if you're
one
telling
of the better
me like
matches on that card.
Edge's last match for the World Heavyweight title.
Stop it.
Oh, Dante.
We're not doing this again.
No.
But like Edge's last title defense, right, on a Mania or something, and like there's so many better people that I would have liked him to do.
But look who what's his name? Ciampa went out with at his last takeover. He went out with Gargano. Not Gargano, with Black.
Exactly.
Then the runnings to New York, it was him and Gargano teaming again. And he had a really good match with Era, had a good match with Ricochet and Black. So
I think even if it's not for the championship, I think there should be one more. If they can, there should be one more Ciampa and Gargano match. One more.
That'd be cool.
I don't think it finished. And I think it needs to. If again, only if Ciampa can, because do not put anything in danger. You're one of the best sports entertainers of all time. You were probably the best sports entertainer of 2018. He was mine. So I just think if you can do one more match, or if you can do one more run, finish it with a Gargano thing, or finish it with winning the title, retiring.
match was fire.
Yeah, match was
match was insane.
I think this is the best match I've watched in 2019.
That's nice.
I'd say.
That's nice.
It's like top 5 for me.
Takeover
definitely.
gave me 2 of the best matches I've seen in 2019 already.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
No, I'm not gonna dish.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
You the way you sounded, you thought I was dissing the opener.
Big man, I'm tired.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. That was the best match of 2019 so far.
Yeah, and guess what? We got some time left.
Let's talk about Lars Sullivan. The big man is home. Real excited. Kurt Angle thought he was going out on top, and Big Lars came back.
He went out on top. He lost to Baron
He
Corbin.
tapped
like
Corbin out on Raw. I love me some Lars. Lars and in charge.
Guess who doesn't love Lars? This person right here.
He's winning the title at SummerSlam. He's getting the Brock push.
No.
He's bringing who?
He's getting the Brock push.
I sure as hell hope not.
The red tights with the red title. Oh god.
Or he's gonna be on SmackDown.
He wore blue tights for He wore blue tights for his takeover match with Ono. So he doesn't have to wear red tights. He's wearing black tights.
It made him look good, which is cool. Yeah, it's cool seeing a young guy look good like that.
And for what was supposed to happen for him,
that
it's justifiable how he got treated 2 nights in a row. So good for him.
Good for him.
Not a big fan of him.
You're gonna be.
No, I'm not. I hope him well, but
he's like Braun.
Don't screw anything up.
He's better than Braun.
He's like Braun.
I would agree with you because Braun really doesn't do anything.
Braun's a spot
Braun's
fest.
first run.
No, Braun got carried for like 90%
he
of
got
his
carried in
pay-per-view matches.
Again, it's spot fest. He tipped over a truck.
I liked Braun until he turned his first face turn. I liked him with that first original heel run with the brand split.
I think they
when
ruined
he's
Braun
fighting
with
Sami
the
Zayn
face.
in the beat the clock thing.
Fine.
That was cool.
With the face and heel turns that Braun did, I think they kind of ruined
I
it.
agree.
Yeah, he's gonna
I
become
agree.
he's gonna become the Big Show.
I don't care about Braun now. I used to love him when the brand split happened in 2016 when he was just this monster, just dominating everyone as a heel. But then he turned. I'm like,
because WWE doesn't want you to cheer a heel,
Exactly.
so they're like, oh, let's turn him face, and there was just so many better ways.
Look
to
at
do that.
NXT. They cheered the hell out of Adam Cole on Friday night.
Doesn't matter, yeah, exactly. And then what does Adam Cole do? Just I don't need you. I don't
At
need
all.
you guys.
And I
I've
don't like
never
you.
needed you, and
I don't like you, and I don't need you.
That's the way to do it.
On that same point, Sami Zayn's promo
Yes.
on Raw.
beautiful.
First of all, that match was really good.
Yes.
And Balor really hasn't wrestled anybody the caliber of him since probably McIntyre at TLC.
Okay.
So to see him fight somebody like Sami Zayn was
Refreshing.
a breath of fresh air.
But this promo.
That promo was fire.
See in hell.
He's like, see on hell.
Yeah, I met him at Access, Sammy, and he was the nicest dude
Yeah.
too.
He looks like a really nice
He's
guy
so
too.
nice.
I had my Universal title with him. I'm like, you're gonna have this one day. He's like, oh, geez, thank you very much. and then I was like, oh, this dude's awesome. And then that promo, I started dying.
I
It was so
loved
good.
it.
I just
I
loved
loved
it.
it.
I loved
He's
it
like,
too.
you guys miss me? That's nice. I didn't miss you. I'm like, I was like, oh, okay.
the second best meme on wrestling Twitter behind the "you joking me" is, oh look, Kevin,
It's the police. Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
one so much.
Sami Zayn is so good when he just pulls his personality out
Yeah.
like this.
There's one criticism.
His hair.
No,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I hate the hair.
I hate
Yeah.
the hair
I hate
too.
the hair.
they did the whole segment ass backwards. Finn Balor should have came out and say,
Yeah.
look, I got an open challenge. Who wants to fight for the title?
I agree.
Sammy comes out. It's not Sammy giving the open challenge.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hey, the Intercontinental Champion is just going to put the title on the line.
But my only problem, I like the open challenge because it was a really good idea when Cena did it. I think it's a little
No,
overplayed
not
now.
just for that one day because it's the night after Mania.
But I get that. But I think the open challenge has been done just a little too much.
It can't be every week.
Like Seth did it. Well, obviously Cena did it. Didn't Rusev did a couple.
Or
Like, it
Kevin
was-
Owens did a
Kevin
couple.
Owens did
the way I would have
it,
did
like-
AJ.
the way I would have did it
all
for
of them
Finn
did
was
it.
like, hey, it's the night after Mania. It's a special night, so let's make
Yeah,
it special.
yeah.
Let's have an open challenge. And then Sami Zayn comes out. Sami Zayn loses, has the same promo. There we go.
Or what they could have done is just because it's a big event, have Finn Balor come out in the demon paint again.
What?
Like, just do it 2 nights in a row.
What?
If he comes out in the demon paint for Baron Corbin, but he can't come out for Sami Zayn. Okay, guys.
Because
Okay,
Baron
guys.
Corbin drove Finn Balor
What-
to
what
have
is-
the
okay, guys.
challenge.
What did
Okay.
Sami Zayn do for?
Yeah, exactly.
not
It's a
Sami
big-
Zayn doesn't eat meat. That's what's going to drive
It's a
Finn
hell of
Balor
an
to
event.
the...
It's a big event.
No,
Not as
literally
big as
just-
WrestleMania.
literally
It doesn't
just-
matter.
It's
Just
not-
keep him in the paint.
no,
It's a big event. WrestleMania 34 was a big event. He didn't wear the paint for that.
Oh,
because there was no reason for him.
Baron
to.
Corbin was such a big event, though.
The Miz wasn't going to drive Finn Balor to wear the paint.
Baron Corbin was screwing
but
Balor for
Baron
like
Corbin
3 months.
did. Oh,
Baron Corbin put him in the little dollhouse and was like, "This is your locker room, kid." Like, of course I'm gonna.
so we needed to go demon because oh
Bray
my
Wyatt
God.
poured like blood
Hate
on him.
Oh, and then we didn't even get that match.
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
No,
we
we
did.
didn't.
That's
We
not-
got him with the paint at SummerSlam. We got him
Yes,
without the paint
but
at
we-
No
we
Mercy.
didn't get the pumpkin
And
Balor.
We didn't
We
get
didn't-
pumpkin at TLC.
Guess
But we also
you
didn't
know
get-
who we got instead? AJ Styles.
Yeah, we didn't get cross-dressing Bray Wyatt.
And guess
thank
what?
God.
He was like, "Hey, my demon was supposed to beat
Somebody's
somebody else
calling
up."
in.
But-
Oh, nope, went away. Never mind. They called in
Speaking
and
of
hung
Bray
up.
Wyatt.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So,
Speaking of Bray Wyatt, guys.
anywho,
You good?
we're gonna have to take one last song break here.
Oh man.
We're gonna keep it locked here on Brave New Radio with no results for the weary, and then we're gonna come back with Raw and SmackDown after Mania. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked.
Hey, with all these things on my mind, with all these people and friends, when everybody think I'm responsible for their ends, when nobody relates, when they act like you know, cameras all in my face, just tell us where you from, what's the reason you do it, who inspires your soul, who's your biggest influence, and every time I say go, I don't know what you want, just cause you know what you found, I just know that when I'm down, ain't nobody around, I understand what it is, I'm in touch with my sense, nobody love me, now they all do, that's as real as it gets, it's the way that it goes, suggest you wait for your time, get your arm off my shoulder, leave me alone, man, I'm fine. See, I don't know where I'm going, but I know what I see. I don't have it all plotted, but I know where I'll be. You don't know what I felt for pain, and you don't see just how far I came. See, I don't know where I'm going, but I know what I see. I don't have it all plotted, but I know where I'll be. You don't know what I felt for pain, and you don't see just how far I came. Hey, somebody wake me up when the time zone changed. I can't move back home until I'm through this phase. I don't see no route, I don't see no ways. I was looking for life, but now I'm searching for days in big bodies and cars that handle funny. The type of car that pull up and scream, I got money. Money crossed my mind, that tore across the states. These sounds that I make grow global as London waste. Fans screaming, people cry, shaking hands. The fam happy, but asking when I'm a name. My mom smiles, don't you ever crack a frown. I promise as a kid I'll never let you down. See, I don't know where I'm going, but I know what I see. I don't have it all plotted, but I know where I'll be. You don't know what I felt for pain, and you don't see just how far I came. See, I don't know where I'm going, but I know what I see. I don't have it all plotted, but I know where I'll be. You don't know what I felt for pain, and you don't see just how far I am. Hey, so many feelings I feel, so much emotion I write. Too many people in front, but yet I never lose sight. I see the reason I'm here, I feel the vibe of the earth. I was sent by higher power, but still never at church. I just know what I want, I just feel that I need to let my mind find some rest, mental comfort and peace. And I know what you want to come with success. You want to hear me blow up, you want to tell me I'm next. You want the fruits of my labor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final half hour. No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio. As always, Dante Vacatoro, Stephen Clark, Samori Rose, Jesse Norman here. That was Catch 22 by Rowland. I found that song somewhere, and it's good. So that's why we played it. Is there anything? There's actually a lot on Raw that we still have to talk about.
A lot on Raw.
Let's get the elephant out of the room here. This. Wow.
Wait, oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay, that's how.
That's how we're operating.
We're coming back for the last half hour.
Okay.
Champion versus champion match. Kofi versus Seth. Why are people complaining about this?
Because it was a clear ratings grab by WWE.
So what?
And it didn't work.
And they didn't do it.
What does
it was
it matter?
A dumb ending. What does it matter? It matters.
Have you watched wrestling before?
No.
Yeah, and I would.
Have you not know? How would you not know that match isn't going to have a decisive winner?
Okay, that's fine.
Look, so
as soon as that match was announced,
the bar.
Exactly.
You
why
don't
not?
do the bar.
Why not?
Who cares about the bar?
Exactly.
Did you watch SmackDown?
Yes, and I still don't care about the bar.
They're building to Drew with the bar versus Kofi.
Oh
so that was the bar.
Because Big Show with the bar was so great.
That doesn't matter anymore, man.
My God.
We're going to Drew with the bar.
So
Drew's fighting Kofi for the title.
I'm so done.
I was right back in January about Kofi Bryan. I'm right here about Kofi and Drew.
That's great. Kofi and Drew, I have no problem with.
No.
Get the bar out of there.
Drew is aligned with the bar because he does better in stables.
Because they're all foreign, and they're heels.
God.
That's why the only reason why they're aligned.
Get the bar out of my main event.
I had no problem with the match happening. Title, winner take all, whatever. I'm cool with that. It's just the bar. If it was a healthy AO, I don't know if the guy in AOP is healthy.
I don't think he is yet. No.
That would have been perfect.
That would have been so much better.
So look.
What did the bar add to Drew McIntyre? What do the bar add to Drew McIntyre?
They bring him down, if anything.
I thought y'all were like this is something Sami Zayn's got to bring up. Like, I thought Cesaro was like an indie darling. I thought everyone loves Cesaro.
I love Cesaro. My thing is,
they're a good tag team. Get them out of my main event.
Why? I thought y'all wanted Cesaro to be a main event.
I thought you were the one that was like, oh yeah, they realized Sheamus and Cesaro are a good tag team.
Why can't tag teams be the main event now?
Because they're not main event tag team.
They've overrun their time here.
It's like
since the brand split, which is coming up on 3 years now.
Get them out of my main event.
Well, they were feuding for a little bit. Then they became.
It was December that they were really like a team.
So
coming up on 3 years.
My thing, I have no real issue with it because I would have had an issue with it if the bar didn't do anything on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
if
my
it was
thing-
just a one-off thing, it would
But
be.
if they just came in and interrupted the match for no reason, then I'd be like Jesse. But my thing is that's like even though Era's having their little drama, that's the time you bring.
Exactly.
That's the time you do something
I
like
think
that.
that's what
But they got
everyone
plans down in NXT, though.
Exactly. That's why I'm not upset about this. They have plans at NXT, so I didn't think about that. I didn't see the thing after Takeover until after Raw. So I'm like, all right, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I'm not too mad about this. It's just they could have let Seth and Kofi go for a little longer before. But then they were running up on time to do the tag match. So.
Yeah.
It would have been better if Drew was with the bar doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Because you got to acclimate
Or just
people.
let Drew wash out both of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something like that.
And end the show with Drew standing tall.
But you
holding
got to
his
acclimate the
titles.
fans to Drew being on SmackDown.
So that's why I don't have a real issue with it.
I just don't want the bar in my main event.
Yeah,
And I also
back-to-back
think,
main
I think it
events.
was. I think it was a really bad ratings grab to say there was going to be title on title when you knew
There
the
was
national-
title on title. It just
For
didn't have a
6
definitive
minutes.
winner.
I'm okay with that. Whatever.
while the national championship is on.
Yeah.
That was the main reason.
I caught the
why
end
they
of
did
that
it.
game.
That's
solid game.
That's a smart move, if you ask me.
I thought it was.
Yeah,
I thought
exactly.
It was,
move.
If you want people to tune in against a sporting championship, then you need to do silly
I
stuff
agree.
like that.
It was also the Raw after Mania, so you're
Exactly.
gonna get eyes either.
I
way.
had a
the
lot
end
of people.
The Raw after Mania was the bar.
I had a lot of people complain that the Raw after Mania didn't feel like the Raw
didn't.
after Mania.
It didn't.
It's fine though, because like I think the shakeup is really going to be where
That's
Yeah,
at the end
the
it
shakeup's
is.
gonna feel more like the Raw after Mania. 'cause
Exactly.
More
More crazy stuff's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
They held off on calling up people
Because-
they already called up, and like Lars was their guy to call up for this.
And you're
week.
gonna get call ups the next week.
Exactly. Andrade got called up
Yeah.
during the
Iconics-
shakeup.
Iconics, too.
Yeah. Well, the Iconics got called up the day.
Oh, that's
but,
right, 'cause
But
Carmella
Andrade
wasn't,
during the shakeup had his video where he's coming to SmackDown. We didn't know about it the week before.
right.
So
Shakeup should be this week. It should have been this week, I think.
No,
it's too
give
much of a
Give it a
turnaround.
break.
Yeah,
Give
well,
it
that's-
1 week.
And that's
break.
the thing too, because if they want to make Raw after Mania a thing, you can't. You don't want to do Raw after Mania as the shakeup.
True,
Because
I
like,
guess.
if for just marketing standpoint, you can do Raw after Mania and then market the shakeup as
Yeah.
something else.
Raw after Mania this year was let's tie up any loose ends that we possibly have. Let's just have a fun one-off show.
I think that's
really
why
what
it
it
didn't
was.
feel like.
Yeah.
That's why it
They
didn't
both
feel like
were.
Raw after Mania
Raw
because
SmackDown.
Raw after Mania, in my opinion at least, used to be
Returns.
We're setting up storylines now for later. Brock Lesnar
I was about to say
returning,
that.
like these crazy things.
But
that
again,
are
with the
just like,
shakeup, we don't know what
exactly,
direction they're in
that's
until
why,
they
that's
get
why
going.
Taker came back.
Yeah.
I don't think Taker's back.
No.
that was
He's back for- that was
He's back for the
he's back for
arena
Saudi.
show.
Yeah.
But he's like that was not a one-off, but like there was no story or anything that Taker's
Right.
leading to or anything.
No.
It was just
It
Raw
was
after Mania.
not predictable, but predictable when Elijah's like, "Oh, the next person that interrupt me is a dead man."
Prime
I still liked it.
I mean, it was
still
right.
loved it.
No, it was good.
No,
Understand-
I'm saying he was factually correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
that's
factually
that's actual
Yeah,
facts.
shout out to Elias, man.
No, shout out to Undertaker. He looked good.
He looked good. Yeah, he looked slim for his
Yeah.
age.
All right, but
It's all that flat tummy tea shows on Instagram.
but then we saw what happened the last time I saw him on my television.
I don't-
And he looked good last time too. Like when he destroyed Cena, he looked lean
Yeah,
too.
he looks better now, which is insane.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened the next 2 times I saw him.
I not a fan of Mohawk Undertaker, but I think it's time to go back to that. 'Cause he's
Yeah,
balding
his
like
hairline
crazy.
is
He's balding.
dumb.
He needs to go back to the Mohawk. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Mohawk Taker, like I don't like Mania 30 Mohawk Taker, but I like 28 and 29
28 Mohawk Taker was
because
the one.
he still has the full goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just had the chin piece at there. If he had that, and just the
Yeah.
but it's balding.
I don't like bald Taker though. I really don't like bald Taker.
Yeah, he's balding though. Like,
I know. Well, he's
starting to look like
He's
one of-
old,
man.
Like,
He's old.
what's his face?
Starting to
Ricky
look like
Morton,
Kane,
or what's
too.
the other one? He's starting to look like one of the.
Kane's hairline's really bad too. It's in their genetics.
That was funny at the Hall of Fame when Road Dogg was just like, "Oh, it's the mayor of Knox County," and he pointed to Kane. But small little thing.
Dean Ambrose's final night on Monday Night Raw.
I checked the roster. He's still on the Raw roster.
He's got house shows apparently for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's
That's
actually
fine.
done. I don't think he's done.
I don't know.
He'll take some time off, but he'll be back, I think.
Maybe
I
a
don't know.
Rumble return.
He's got to be done for at least now.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
like they did you see the WWE video they put up of after it went off?
Yeah.
It was a 9-minute send off.
Yeah.
You do not do a 9-minute send off for a work. When John Cena was fired because of the Nexus, they did a 1:30 send off. That's how you knew it was fake. Ric Flair, Undertaker, they got these big celebrations and everything. Taker's come back, but he's never had like the full run.
Flair went way after the show ended.
Yeah.
And it started like 20 minutes before the show was going to go off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Dean Ambrose had a 9-10 minute thing.
And like we said this before in the show, he's going to be appreciated once he's actually gone.
Yeah,
because he was underappreciated when he was there.
Dean gone is gonna be like not a martyr, but like he's gonna be a guy that like people look back and are like, oh, WWE shouldn't have let him go.
Sort of, not exactly like CM Punk, but
he's to a lesser extent.
Exactly, to a lesser extent.
I just feel like he's going to come back, and if not, he's just going to retire.
I think eventually he's going to come back, but I think
because he's been through a lot. His body's been through a lot, so I would understand if he just wants to just call it quits or just give it a little break for now.
Let's see how long Renee wants to keep working.
Oh, she'll stay.
Well, no. I'm saying like if Dean wants to retire, he doesn't want to just like retire and sit at home and play video games. Probably like if Renee's still working for like 2 more years on the contract, Dean will probably keep working. And then they'll probably go out together. Like a lot of couples do that, especially in wrestling.
Like Cody and
Brandy and Edge and Beth Phoenix mostly like left around the same time too. A lot of them leave. The only one that didn't is Undertaker and Michelle McCool, but that's because
the Undertaker.
Undertaker is immortal, so he actually never dies.
Let's talk about Lacey Evans.
Yeah,
better than Dana Brooke.
Socked Becky Lynch in the mouth.
That is the truth.
Yes.
Hell
Dana
of
Brooke's
a women's
back
right.
to Dana Brooke, by the way.
Yeah.
That is the real.
That's the real Dana Brooke.
That one who came out that one time. I'm telling you.
It's not
guys.
the real Dana Brooke. No.
I think Dana Brooke was like sick, and they were like, we got this promo. Let's get somebody who sort of looks like Dana Brooke.
I am totally here for this Lacey Evans thing.
I'm a little indifferent on her because I've watched her, but I really didn't get to see what she got. So she's gonna have to prove herself. But the whole thing, the man versus the woman,
that's cool.
That makes a lot of sense. Just my thing is when they do wrestle, is it gonna be for both titles? Is it gonna be for one?
Probably just for one.
Becky 2 belts.
Well,
they have a new shirt.
Shout out to Joe Greco.
How do you guys feel about Becky 2 belts?
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool.
It's fine.
I hope it doesn't overtake the man one.
She
refers to herself. She doesn't really say the man anymore. Like especially on Twitter, she says a lot of Becky 2 belts, and I'm like,
well, this is what
keep the man.
This is what Greco said. He said she could fight Lacey at Money in the Bank. And one of the females that win the Money in the Bank could cash in on her right after the match, and that could be for like the Raw title.
Yeah,
and then she keeps the SmackDown title.
Shout out to WWE for getting rid of Backlash.
Oh yeah,
I have no issue with Backlash.
Yeah, you're the only one here complaining.
And
about
you didn't like Fastlane in that pay-per-view.
I don't like Backlash when I watch Mania. It's a big event, and then I watch Mania again.
Backlash is WrestleMania rematches to a lower extent.
I loved the WrestleMania 34 match between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy last year. It was really good. I love Reigns and Joe too.
How good was that pay-per-view, Dante?
Live, it wasn't bad.
By far the worst pay-per-view.
Yes.
By far.
But we're not here to talk about Backlash. We're here to talk about Raw and SmackDown.
I'm not good enough to call Backlash. Remember that? Yeah, Joey Styles, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that was a good shoot promo.
What a goat.
I
like Joey.
That was a good shoot promo.
Joey.
I like Joey.
He got bullied by JBL and he knocked JBL out.
Don't forget our Raw Tag Team Champions retained again.
I will forget about them.
I will.
I will not.
They're gonna get super kicked by.
This is B Team. This is
it literally is B Team.
It's literally B Team.
It is.
Hey, look, they're gonna get super kicked by some Air Force Ones and lose the title.
That's
so it's
fine.
They're
having their run. As long as it eclipses Jinder's run, I'm fine.
It won't.
It has to last till Monday. That's about it.
In more exciting news that doesn't give me illnesses, Bray Wyatt is doing some puppet gimmick now. We saw this video on Raw and SmackDown, like a puppet coming out of a box. He laughs and he does a cough like he's been smoking Newports. I think it's Bray.
I think it's Bray too.
It's just do
if
something.
It's not him,
I don't know who the hell it could be. I got no clue.
Neither do I.
It's gotta
be
It
Bray.
has to be Bray. And how long has he not been on television? Since
August.
August, right?
August.
Since SummerSlam.
Since Matt Hardy retired to get away from him.
And now your new tag team champion.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy.
Is that how we're gonna transition? Let's transition to SmackDown. Hardy's beat the Usos.
Cool. I thought that would have been the match at Mania, and give it to them at Mania. So give them like another moment.
They already had
they had their big moment.
They had their big moment, but just give them like a little, not a big moment, just a minor moment. Because I feel
they still have some minor moment.
I feel like they're on their way out soon.
Yeah,
Hardy's?
They have to.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, I love him to death. You got to retire.
It has to be their last run. Easily.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
If it's not, I'll be surprised.
One of my favorite things about SmackDown, Paige is back. Paige
we
here.
love Paige.
Paige here.
She is going to bring in a tag team to combat the Iconics.
It's got to be Sky Pirates.
If it's not them.
So, I was trying to figure this out because everyone and their mothers is trying to figure this out. So Sky Pirates seem like the easy answer.
Marina Shafir.
No.
Hell no. If they come up with Paige.
There were like maybe
that was
like,
a good joke.
Maybe like Bianca, Mia Yim,
Casey and Candice.
I
thought about that too.
Yeah, everyone's names are getting thrown out. The new NXT intro set to the Slipknot song that I don't remember because it's Slipknot. The Sky Pirates are in it, but they're not in like the video portion. They're in like the everyone together in the ring thing, but they don't cut the clips of the Sky Pirates in it. So I'm thinking Sky
and
Pirates.
Didn't Kyrie have like a farewell too in the tapings?
Yeah, so you know what they announced it online, so I could say it, and I'm not gonna get dirty diapers about it. They announced Shayna versus Kyrie 1-on-1 for NXT TV. If Kyrie loses, she can never challenge for the women's title again.
Should we give them the spoilers?
Let's just say when you make a stip like that, it's usually made to nudge people out the door.
Yeah.
So Sky Pirates.
If it's not them,
I don't know who the hell it could be.
Who the hell knows?
I don't know who it could be.
There's no other team.
Rhea Ripley and someone.
That'd be cool.
Rhea Ripley's like main roster ready.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love me some Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, me too. She's a star already.
Yeah.
What else we got?
How'd you like the Iconics into Brooklyn Bells?
That was good.
I like how they built them up so much. That was wonderful.
Yeah,
I
love the
What was
Iconics.
it? 47-0 or something?
Yeah, they'll be pretty good with the titles if they could continue the run.
Did you watch their online exclusive? Them walking around showing everyone the side plates, asking them what they liked about the side plates.
They were chasing Drake Maverick. Yeah. They're so good.
They're so good.
So entertaining.
They're such good character workers.
Yeah. And their gear was cool too. The Eddie gear on Peyton and like
the Maleficent
on
Billy. Yeah.
Good gear, good wrestlers, good. I don't know. I lost my words.
How'd you feel about Shane McMahon abusing Greg Hamilton again?
That's fine.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good promo.
Just as
feel bad for Greg, but
yeah,
I love Greg though.
Poor Greg. His tux got like screwed up by Shane at Mania because he just kept grabbing at it.
Yeah, what can he do? That's kind of his boss.
Yeah.
I wonder like where they're going with the
Greg Hamilton hits Shane.
And even
he
just
screws him out of his match with the Miz.
The Shane heel character. Or maybe they don't have anywhere to go. They never had anywhere to go with Stephanie.
I think you get a rematch with Miz, and then that's it. Miz wins. The best in the world trophy will hopefully be on the line finally. And then call it.
Do they still roll out that trophy?
Yeah, it was on SmackDown.
It was on SmackDown.
And they had the big...
I just forgot what it looked like, to be honest.
They had the augmented reality graphic of
that was the
giant
coolest
one,
graphic, I think, out of all of them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they'll have it on the rematch, I think, Shane and Miz.
Probably.
At Money in the Bank or something. I don't know. Maybe Saudi.
Maybe
Saudi. Saudi where Shane won.
Shane's a draw,
Yeah,
and especially in Saudi.
It should be Saudi then.
Are they going to say it's in Saudi Arabia this time, or
they might say the city and then just not say the country?
Okay, because with Crown Jewel, it was
Crown Jewel.
It was Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
They didn't say the name.
Because you kind of have to say where the thing is eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Michael Cole walked around it pretty hard last time.
I know at the start though. At the start they were advertising for Saudi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until nonsense happened, but we don't talk about that.
It's neither here nor there.
Let's talk about the opener a little bit.
Okay.
SmackDown, I'd say. We had the celebration for Kofi, which was cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The nice rainbow balloons going across the whole
When the
ring.
bar was like, "Oh, we have a friend we bought from Raw," I was like,
it had to be.
I was like, please don't be Braun Strowman or something like that. Then I heard Drew's music. I'm like, oh,
yeah, Drew.
I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Cool.
I just hope he's not hurt.
Me too, because in the main event he got taken away, and it seems like he got injured of some sort because he didn't finish the match.
And it's weird because he's about to get a monster push right now.
Yeah.
I felt like he was going to get a monster push too when he got hurt versus Andrade.
Yeah.
Then his shoulder got like destroyed. But then when he came back, he still was kind of pushed. But it was like Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard in that weird thing.
That thing.
So yeah, I just hope he's healthy because he's probably going to end up winning the title, one of the titles soon.
The title.
Yeah, the title.
He's Kofi's foil here.
I think so too.
And you could do something cool with that because like
They fought a lot.
They came up around the same time.
2009, 2010, they were fighting. Like,
Yeah.
I believe Fatal 4 was the last time they fought.
Yeah.
And Kofi won because of Theodore Long.
Yeah.
So,
it's like they have similar paths to where they are now.
and they can call back to a lot of things if that's an actual feud.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And especially how different they look. And, and Kofi like, hey, you're another one of Vince's guys. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's a feud. That's a good feud right there.
Yeah. We got like 15 minutes left. 205 Live, Buddy Murphy's last match probably on
My first
Purple
205
Brand.
Live I watched. I was there.
I didn't watch it.
It was
The
spectacular.
event was insane. I was behind Tony. I'm a Tony guy. I like Tony. He's a Mets fan. He's a New Yorker. I
He's
like
a
him.
Mets fan.
I like him. He's friends with my boys Ryder and Hawkins. They all train together. So I like Tony. Great match. A lot of cool spots. They called back to that moonsault where Buddy's hanging the ropes. And
they did a lot better there too than they did at Mania.
Yeah. So probably a lot less pressure too.
Right.
Yeah. So that was cool. They brought back to that. Good match. What was the match before again? I think I forgot. Oh, Humberto Carrillo.
Yeah. Oh, this was good too.
Versus Gentleman Jack. And Gentleman Jack seemed to turn face.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yeah, Gulak started beating up Umberto for going to the top rope too many times, and then Gallagher stopped him.
I love Gulak for that.
Yeah.
No one goes to the top rope. What are you doing?
I love Umberto because the whole thing.
He's young. He looks young.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
He looked like he didn't know what he did wrong too, which was nice. It reminded me of the kid that Tom Izzo was yelling at during the tournament.
What did I do, Coach?
Yeah, and Gulak was just slapping and beating him up, and Gallagher hell of a headbutt on the guy.
His head. I remember
His
the
head
first
hurts.
when I saw him headbutt Neville at Fastlane 17. I was like, "That's a concussion."
Yeah,
and he does it every day. I'm like, God bless you.
Speaking of headbutts, Tony Storm hit a mean headbutt too.
Yeah, on NXT UK.
I also did not watch that.
Yeah, I did not either. I know she fought Ginny and retained her championship.
I heard about the headbutt.
Yeah.
So
I just saw the memes that because she has like dark underneath her blonde hair.
Oh, yeah,
But she headbutt her. Like,
it
all the
smacked her
dark-
brunette, yeah.
Smacked the blonde off her head. Which I just saw that and I thought that was cool. What else?
Yeah,
Dark. I was going to talk about the dark match.
Yeah, go ahead.
SmackDown since I was there. The opening match was Harper versus his Titantron said Luke Harper.
Okay.
Had his old theme again, but they introduced him as Harper instead of Luke Harper. So
Right.
I'm like, what? And then he beat EC3 with Drake Maverick.
I like this. one.
Rockstar Spud.
I hope this is Drake's move now because this is absolutely it for Drake.
Yeah, they they're best buds in real
Yeah.
life. They
They
great.
feed off each other very well.
Yeah, they did great in TNA, and I hope this works
Who?
out. Oh,
Where?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what that is. And then the dark match after was Sammy versus Kevin Owens. Sammy cut another promo about how he, whatever, same old stuff. Owens.
I don't want another Owens Sammy feud.
No,
It's not. No, they just kind of did it to do it.
Good.
Yeah, it
I
was-
can't-
There's a lot of
I
stuff they just
can't
do on the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I'm like, I'm just saying, like for future, let Sammy and Kevin not
Separate.
fight.
Well,
for
let
like
Sammy
a
feud with
year.
Finn because I feel like that's where it's
Yeah.
kind of going.
I'm okay with
Well,
that.
yeah, because you can make Finn be like, I love these people, and then
Are you really
maybe
trying to put an accent on it
Hey,
right
I
now?
did a pretty decent job there.
No, you didn't.
Oh well, I thought I did.
I love doing Drew McIntyre.
Well,
It's so early.
Jesse.
Drew McIntyre
That was all right.
from Scotland.
Jesse,
all good.
you thought and you thought wrong.
You know what? I'm not going to be in your TV studio project anymore.
Wow.
That's fine. I have somebody to the right of me that will gladly do it.
Sounds good by me.
I could change the script.
You know what,
Come on, don't
Samori?
do that, Jesse.
That
Come
hurt
on.
my feelings.
Vern Gagne.
But
What's this?
so
Go
Sammy
ahead.
cut his promo, and then they're trying to get out of the match. And Owens like, "Oh, we're buds, whatever." They hug, and then as Owens leaving the ring, Sammy's like, "I was always the brains of this operation," and something like this stupid fat idiot or something. And then Owens turns around, and Sammy was like, "How much did you hear that?" And Owens was like, "I was like 10 feet away. I heard all of it." And then Then they said, Owen said, ring the bell, stunner, ended it 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
I like the stunner.
Me
as the-
too.
as the finish.
the cluster of that 6-man tag at the end of it, Randy just RKO'd Ali out
Yeah,
of nowhere.
and then Kevin Owens stunned Rusev.
stunned Rusev. I'm like, what's going
If we had
on?
an Owens Orton
Sign
feud,
me
hey,
up.
We might get
Sign
it.
me up.
Yeah.
I want to see Orton Ali. Sign me
Oh,
up for
yeah.
Orton Ali. I would
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
The
Because
054
Orton would
until
care.
RKO.
Orton would care enough
'Cause Ali would bump
can
for him.
Ali would do anything.
you
Ali
see
will
the-
bump from hard.
You see the bump Ali took at Mania?
Yeah.
That was a dumb spot.
The
This suplex and Braun.
He
Yeah.
headbanded on the table or something.
So
right?
he
Yeah.
smacked the ground normal, and then like, he popped up and his head hit the table.
Yeah,
And he was like attended to by doctors for like a while.
yeah.
Good for him. He's cool.
His Mania gear is already being made into a figure.
Yeah, I saw that. I collect figures,
How?
so I saw that.
It's
Yeah.
so quick
The
of a
red one,
turnaround.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was literally the first time he wore it.
Yeah,
And
it-
the day after it got announced
They
as a
showed it at
figure.
Access, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Ali's cool. That match was cool too on SmackDown, the 6-man tag.
Sign me up for the RKO and KO. That's what.
RKO,
Sign me,
KO.
sign me up for that.
Why can't I see that being the tag team?
RKO KO.
RKO. I don't want it though. I love Owens as a face now. I'm sold on Owens as a face completely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
He can work both heel
Yeah.
and face to whatever they need him to do. He's my favorite superstar right now. I don't know. I love Owens.
We have like 10 minutes left here.
Holy crap.
Let's talk shakeup. Because the shakeup is
right.
next week. We already got kind of a taste of what may come with at least with Drew on SmackDown.
And
I don't think
hope,
so.
Well, see, okay,
because of the Fox thing, I feel like he's going over.
Yeah, my first question is: do they get people into SmackDown now, or do they do another shakeup?
I think they do it now.
Were you the one that was telling me that they should do one every 6 months?
Yes.
No.
Someone said that.
One of my friends
Me
said
too.
that it would.
I remember hearing that here.
It would be good if they
Anyway.
did one in April, one in October.
I think I said
6
they
months.
might do it in 6 months. I didn't say they should.
Might
but
be my friend Con Air. I don't know.
No, I thought that, or at least I think that like they do one now. The deal's not till October, so that is 6 months.
Right.
So now my question is, do they maybe, or even like do like a very small one, or something like that? I don't know, because like if you put everybody on SmackDown, right, 6 months from now, if you run through a lot of feuds,
It's
when
fair.
you move to Fox in October, you want those hot feuds.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
I don't know if they keep all of those guys apart for 6 months where you can run those hot feuds.
Yeah.
So I'm just unsure if they're going to do another shakeup maybe after like another big event or something like that.
Do you think Alistair and Ricochet split?
Easily.
No.
Easily. I think
They
they
should.
do.
I feel like they're gonna stay
I think
together.
it's the best way for them to do it. Just do it in the shakeup. Have them like, Ricochet put out a tweet. It was really great working with you, Alistair.
Perfect.
Love you. You're so much respect, blah, blah, blah. And then
I want to see that match.
pull them apart.
Me too.
You'll see it in the opener of WrestleMania 36 for the Intercontinental Championship.
Or US,
I'm down.
which either one.
So
I hope
my,
Ricochet goes to SmackDown, though.
my thing about Braun on SmackDown, what if Joe goes to Raw? And
Finn
then
goes to SmackDown.
yeah, so Braun beats Joe for the U.S. title on Raw on Monday, and then Finn ends up on SmackDown on Tuesday.
Well, everybody's always wanted Finn on SmackDown, so that's fine.
see, I
and if
also-
AJ stays over there, that's a feud right
Yeah.
there.
Maybe he'll get
We
some
have
other
to
bald
think-
guys to stay. Who knows?
We have to think what SmackDown or what like
Fox
Fox
wants.
wants for SmackDown.
Roman.
Fox wants like big main event guys, and Fox also wants to broadcast this like focus more on the sports part than the entertainment part.
So
if
they want wrestling.
If they want more wrestling,
Balor's good for SmackDown.
yes, but also what like guys like Samoa Joe and stuff. Joe's a guy that you could market on SmackDown as like an MMA guy or something like that, or a
Well-
guy who gives that kind of feel.
Well, this is my thought. Styles is a star that he'll stay on SmackDown. If you put Balor over there, Balor could be a star. You'll probably have Roman. Becky will stay.
You probably
You'll have a good amount of stars already.
What
on
I think they're
SmackDown.
going to do is I think as I said, Joe would probably fit on Fox. I think they're going to move Joe over. I think that upper mid card guys and stuff like that. I think they're moving a lot of them to Raw. I think AJ will go to Raw.
Me too.
Because it'll be a less.
I think Daniel Bryan's going to Raw.
Me too.
Yeah. I think
he's
it'll
going to
be.
Raw.
I think Raw. I think, as I've said before, I think the roles are going to switch. I think Raw is going to become. 3 hours, so it's probably not.
SmackDown's
Honestly, it's
coming
probably
3
not going
hours,
to be
too.
that good. So
Is it?
Yeah.
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 So they switch it. I think it's going to be Raw's going to be SmackDown now.
Yeah.
And SmackDown.
Gonna be
I don't
Raw?
think it'll become Raw because I think Fox is going to have a lot of say, a lot more than people think.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have a lot. They just paid how much, Dante? How much for SmackDown?
$1 billion.
And how many zeros is in that?
9.
They're going to have a lot of say
That's a lot
of
of
their
zeros.
product. So I wouldn't be surprised if Fox steps in with some stuff, points some stuff in some directions.
Vince isn't gonna like that.
But
Who cares?
9 zeros.
Yeah.
He needs the XFL kick-up money.
It's like the Saudi money.
You think you want to go to Saudi Arabia, really? But then he saw the money they gave him, so he's
Exactly.
like, hey,
Hey.
You're right. Hey. I can't wait for XFL.
Vince wants the bag, and he got it.
Yeah.
We should all try out for the XFL.
Yeah, no.
Any parting shots on today's episode?
WrestleMania 35 is not top 5.
I'm not gonna
WrestleMania 35 is
listen
top
to.
5.
I'm not
Yes,
gonna
I
listen
agree.
to any of these.
NXT
not.
TakeOver New York is not the best NXT TakeOver ever.
You're just saying
Jesse and I are
words
on the
now.
same page
Yeah.
today.
Hey, and I would disagree with you.
So, as my parting shot, my TED Talk is in 4 hours and 15 minutes. If you're listening to this on the campus of William Patterson, hello, you're up very early.
All right, thank you, guys.
At 1:15 p.m. in the room below the ballrooms, University Commons 168, I'll be presenting my honors thesis on the role of women in WWE, which is why I'm shilling it on my show. I'm also shilling it on my show because it's my show. If you're listening to this, you're more than welcome to attend. And that's it.
Any refreshments?
There will be refreshments.
Are you serious?
Count me
I
in.
swear to God, yeah. There were last year, so there should be this year.
Well, can you guarantee that there's
I
gonna be
can't
refreshments?
guarantee anything.
If it's
I'm in a
refreshments,
suit right now.
count
I
me
did the
in.
whole show in a suit, and I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you, dude. Dante.
Thank you. Thank you at home, too, for listening to No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio. Tune in next week because it'll be a big shake-up week. We're going to have a special guest on next week. Mr. Kevin Fritz is going to show up for a little guest spot.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been wanting to come on for a while, so
Let's go.
yeah, I'm excited for
Tell him
him.
to watch his mouth.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter at NoRestBNR. That's where you'll find the replay of today's episode at about 10 o'clock or so. Till then, stay golden, Pony Boy. Hang cool, Teddy Bear. Thanks for listening. You're listening to Brave New Radio. And remember, we're up this early because there's no rest holds for the weary.
Wake up. The strong don't sleep.
Hang out with me, Dante Vacatoro, and my cast of characters on No Rest Holds for the Weary. Wake up and listen to fans talking wrestling every Thursday.